Well, boys, after a week to a week and a half of catastrophic audio issues, we're finally back. We're in a semi-new setup. I'm more towards the corner of the room now, and we moved the couch that direction. It used to be straight ahead that way, but we're back. We're better than ever. Guys, how we feeling with this brand new setup?
I like it.
Yeah, we like it. It's good. I mean, I don't know. I feel like we have a lot more. You know what? We do have a lot more space because we're kind of looking at the full room now
Yeah.
this way instead of long ways. So it looks like we have a lot more space. But we're gonna fiddle around with it maybe a little more. Maybe this will be the final setup we do for now on.
Maybe.
Yeah, we'll just have to kind of keep tweaking, keep adjusting where things are going to be, but I think we're not going to strain our necks as much as we used to. You probably
Well, I
have to,
am.
because, well, not you, 'cause
No.
he has to look both ways now.
Which is fine. I'm gonna be constantly like this.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
But I'm
I don't,
fine.
I don't really
I'll be
have
okay.
to. I'd look both ways with him on that way side anyway too.
But you were
Yeah.
looking straight at me. Now you have to look more towards the
True.
side.
Yeah,
but
but no.
it's all ancillary nonsense. It's
Yeah.
fine. We're back. It's episode 65. This is, as you can tell by the title and thumbnail, we're going to be grading every free agency move that happened within the past week. We were going to do it last week, but we tried to get a guest on, couldn't really get it to work, and we destroyed our whole audio settings. So that's, something we could look back on at some point and laugh.
Shout out to my dad.
Gio's
Yeah,
dad.
shout out
is
to
the
Gio's
savior.
dad.
Came in clutch.
Came in clutch. He fixed and saved everything. I was losing sleep over it because I had screwed it up in the first place, but we're good. So we were originally going to do a tier list for all this, but we're just going to do simple grading. So you can see on the thumbnails, there's going to be two players with like an A and probably like a C or a D or something like that.
Yeah.
And then we got much more tier lists and more like preseason, off-season content coming at y'all later on, in the next
Yeah.
couple of months.
Summer League starts tomorrow.
Summer League already started.
It started.
Well,
bro.
Out in
it was
California.
only 14.
The main one in Vegas, yeah. So I get to see Igor minutes tomorrow. Should be interesting.
That's
I
exciting.
I
Yeah,
get to see
I'm actually
Nick's
really excited.
minutes.
I saw Bronny James going crazy.
I saw Bronny James airball a three.
Yeah,
So
I saw him had a crazy dunk, and then he had like a fancy little
Right.
layup. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, Bronny.
Right. Right now, the players that we've been seeing are VJ, who was phenomenal in his
Popped
first
off.
game.
yeah.
Ace bounced back last night.
What'd he
pretty
do?
Good. 18 points.
Okay.
Good shooting.
Not bad.
And Dalton Connect was doing okay.
He had like a 22-point master
Yeah.
class after having like a 0 of 7 from the field the game before.
VJ was
I mean, I don't read too much into the summer league because
VJ's
players
guy-
go off. Like Jaylen Brown was god awful in the summer league when he got into the league,
Yeah.
and he's a Finals MVP and a first ballot Hall of Famer. So it's like, you don't want to take summer league too seriously because
Well-
it's your first time in the league. There could be nerves. You're playing against G League players
If
and guys that
players
are
do
trying to
good,
get there.
If players do good in the summer league, that's a good sign.
Right, it's a promising sign, but you don't want to overreact to the summer league.
Right.
And we'll save our overreactions for the first week of the season like we did last year.
The one thing I will say as a Knicks fan, I am going to be so sad watching VJ Edgecombe play against my team. How many times a year?
4. I'm right,
Four.
bro, I'm right there with you, bro. I really wanted us to get
that
him.
man is going to be a demon.
Yeah.
What'd I say?
He's probably one of my
good.
favorite players in the league now.
I told you he was a
Really?
second.
And I loved VJ at Baylor, and he was so underlooked
Such a
because
bandwagon,
he was
bro.
playing
He
at
really is.
well, he was playing at a Baylor team that was not top ranked.
Well, they're
He's
not good anymore
yeah,
since the championship.
But VJ is he reminds me of Anthony Edwards. That's why I love him.
I told you he was going to be
Who's better?
I told you he was the second best player in
I
the
think
class.
VJ is gonna be a lot better than Ant Man.
You think so?
I don't think.
100%.
Mm-mm.
I think he's a lot better.
We'll talk about all that at a later date, but I think Philly won't do anything until they get off of Embiid.
Oh wow.
You can't be relying on that.
But VJ is a really good start.
He's a good start. I mean,
Listen.
you have a good guard core now with Maxey, McCain, and now VJ. And then we'll just kind of have to see going forward. They have good vet voices too, like Kyle Lowry and that. So
Yeah.
we'll have
Tell
to
you, Sixers.
exactly.
Look, I know it's just the intro. We're not going to get into this right now, but like I said before in the previous episodes, Sixers, watch out for them. That's all I'll leave it at
Okay.
that.
Okay, in the future, maybe there's a chance.
Right now.
Yeah,
But-
exactly.
Yeah, it could be interesting. But
Yeah.
if you guys enjoyed today's episode, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Get us to 7,000 subscribers. The goal is by beginning of September. So you have like a month and 3 quarters to get us there. We're at like 62:15, somewhere around there. So
Yeah.
we also have a whole new week of shorts coming out next week. We do apologize that we had to just like mass re-upload. There was nothing we could do. We had no audio, no sort of. We didn't record at all last week. We sat here for 5 hours and did absolutely nothing. So we're back now. Everything's good. If you're on Spotify audio platforms, give us 5 stars. Answer the polls, leave a review. Follow our socials down in the description below. Our personal ones you can see on the screen right now. Get Gio to 1 million Instagram followers. And guys, Do we have anything to say before we dive into the first segment?
Let's go.
We're starting off on some more sad or unfortunate news. We're going to be talking about the old heads of the association, the guys that need the hurricane to get from point A to point B. And I don't remember exactly what show or podcast or interview he was on, but someone had asked Chris Paul, which we were going to be talking about first, how much longer you realistically see yourself playing in this league. And he said, at most 1 year. So basically this means that he, unformally announced that he will be retiring at the end of the 2025-2026 NBA season. Now, currently, he does not have a team. The Clippers are interested. And I know the Lakers have a little bit of interest, but let's be honest, the Lakers really have interest in every single person that has a pulse and has oxygen going in and out of going into their body. But look, man, Chris Paul's been in the league for over 20 years now. This will be year 21. He's looking to join his 8th team unless he goes back to the Clippers or back to the Suns or wherever. But it's kind of unfortunate, man. Chris Paul's been in this league forever. Yeah. So let's go to his biggest fan first, Giovanni Squatteri, man.
Excuse me?
What are your thoughts on this news?
Yeah, well, first of all, I have a question. The question is, how much value do you guys think Chris Paul at this point in his career, how much value can he add to a team that he gets put onto?
Well,
I'm talking about individually, not as like a coach or player coach. I'm talking about individually as a player.
But
I know that's a part of it,
though. I feel like that ties into it. I feel like as a player, I think your voice is just as important as your ability.
I'm talking about his individual ability, though.
But
how much value can he add?
But I feel like that's part of it, though, no?
I don't think so. When it comes to your individual ability, I think player-coach is like another thing. That's like an addition.
Okay, fair.
Like,
can I interrupt? Because we always get breaking news in the first segment.
Of course.
But it's a re-signing.
Oh, we don't need to talk about that now. We can talk about it later because we have the rookie extensions.
We talked about this already, and he just signed.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later on.
It's nothing crazy.
But I think Gio, I guess to answer your question, maybe he should go to a team that has a young up-and-coming guard that's not ready for starter minutes yet. Obviously, I know Conley's there, but Minnesota would be an example where his playmaking and his mid-range shooting and stuff like that can be useful. And on the Clippers, James Harden being there, he could just come off the bench. That could be another role, I suppose. What do you think, Anthony?
I mean, don't forget, this man just played a full season.
Yeah.
And, he's calling 1 more year quits. That's crazy. I mean, this year he was the most he was healthy ever. I mean, going back to San Antonio would be nice, but again, that backcourt room is crowded already.
Yeah, they don't need him.
And they don't need him. I mean, if he wants to call it quits now, I wouldn't bat 9, say, but I guess he wants a farewell tour, similar to probably what LeBron would want.
Yeah.
It would be nice, Atlanta.
At this point, I don't even really know who needs what. I just hope someone signs him because I want him to have this.
It would be nice. I would love if he would develop Jalen Suggs a bit more in Orlando.
That's true. They could use a point guard.
I think Suggs has a lot of untapped stuff because Gonzaga, Jalen Suggs was different, and now in the NBA, it's just
the other problem is cap space because not a lot of teams necessarily have the space because he wants the full MLE. He just played a full 82-game season.
Yeah, exactly.
He was just on a 1-year, $13 million contract. Yeah. But really, aside from that, though, what are your thoughts on just the essential announcement from Chris Paul that this is it?
I mean, yeah, it's an announcement before the actual announcement, which is crazy. Because I'm sure when he signs with the team, maybe in that press conference he'd say, "This is my last season."
Yeah.
And this is the last team I'm playing forever in my career. I don't think it's smart to go back to New Orleans where he started out, because that's a bad situation in itself.
Yeah.
LA would be nice because that was
go to the Hornets.
He could, but
right behind LaMelo Ball.
They need an adult in the room.
Yeah,
they do.
They do.
Right now, Melo and Miles Bridges are your vets.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
Dinwiddie is there now too.
Who?
Dinwiddie is there now too.
Dinwiddie's a much better vet than the two of them. That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, listen. Listen. This is the first domino of the guys. We're gonna see LeBron soon. We're gonna see Russ soon. We're still waiting for Russ to sign. KD. We're gonna see that. This is the first domino, and I think Chris Paul is the oldest, player from our generation that's done the league because Melo retired a few years ago. That was those players from my generation.
LeBron James.
Well, LeBron, of course, too. Wade retired. We know that. Bosh retired.
All those guys.
We
Paul's coming to
basically
the end.
this kind of old people club is LeBron, Steph, KD, and then some of the guys that haven't been as good lately. So you got your Chris Pauls, your Russell Westbrooks, your Mike Conleys. Those guys are reaching they're reaching their 20th years in the league. Al Horford's another one. He's still contemplating retirement or going to the Warriors or Nuggets. We still don't know, and he'll probably come to a decision at some point soon. But with Chris Paul, it's like, I don't know. I never thought, he just seems like one of those ageless wonders that he would just keep playing regardless of how old he got. And not in the sense of LeBron's a physical anomaly. No 40-year-old is that kind of in shape. But Chris Paul just managed to just kept the train moving, didn't get hurt this year. And it's going to be weird in a league without him, if he does call it quits after this season.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, we've kind of seen him sort of, he reached his peak, right? And then now he's sort of on the decline. He's been on the decline for a while now.
Yeah.
And so it's obvious that, it was heading in this direction. And if you ask me, I'm not a big Chris Paul fan, so please don't hate me. If you ask me, I think he should have retired a couple years ago.
Okay.
But at the same time, he is a good player coach, and so he is an asset to a team in that way.
Yeah.
In terms of his individual play, I don't think so. In terms of his coaching ability, his ability to be a good vet in the room, a good voice in the room, great.
Yeah.
Right? I think he'll be a great coach. We can talk about that in the future. If he
1000%.
wants to be, he can be an outstanding coach. I think that might be one of his options if he wants to get into it.
Do you think SGA would have played this good if he didn't have Chris Paul in OKC?
I think so, but
I think
it's hard to say.
Maybe more. Yeah, it's hindsight's 2020, but Chris Paul definitely played a major part in SGA finding his confidence.
Yeah.
And now he's a Finals MVP, he's an MVP, first ballot Hall of Famer. He just got a massive contract extension that we talked about last week.
Funny thing is, I don't know if you guys have heard the story about SGA when it comes to who he credits the most to his success in the NBA. Guess who it is? Do you know? It was when he was on the Clippers. It was a guard on the Clippers. Do you know?
Don't tell me it's Russ.
No.
He wasn't
He
there.
wasn't on that team. Do you know who it is?
wait.
Tyler?
Well, it wasn't Chris.
A guard on the Clippers.
It wasn't Chris Paul, though, right?
He credits this specific player the absolute most when it comes to his NBA success.
Is he still in the
I
league?
think I saw this
I don't
tweet.
think so. He might be overseas.
Is it Eric Bledsoe?
No. Okay, I'll tell you right now.
Just
Ready?
tell me, yeah.
Patrick Beverley.
Oh, right.
Patrick
yeah.
Beverley, he credits the most
Okay.
to his success because Patrick Beverley told him after guarding him in one of the practices, he's like, "You're going to be great.
Yeah.
You're going to be great." And in SGA, he was like, he really internalized that.
Yeah.
And because of that, ever since then, he's been a dog.
Because young guys are always hesitant to do things.
So hesitant.
Once you find that comfortability and confidence, that's when you're good. And I think Chris Paul's good at instilling that in guys too.
is.
I think that 1 year with Wemby is going to do so much for him later on in his career. And really, all those Spurs guys, they were a really young team. They didn't have many vets in the room. It was just him and Harrison Barnes.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously, we wish the absolute best to Chris Paul, going forward. Hopefully, someone signs him, and it'll be a good farewell tour for good old CP3.
It's an open story. We're gonna get back to it because he's a free agent. We got to know where he's going.
Yeah. So let's get into the next story. This is something we didn't really get to talk about much because we just kind of glanced over it, not thinking much of it. But as we all know, LeBron James opted into his $52.6 million player option with the Los Angeles Lakers. There's no guarantee that he's on the Lakers this season or at some point this season or at all. We know he's got maybe at most maybe 2 to 3 years left in him, but this could be it as well. Now, my main question is, LeBron is now swirling in trade rumors. People are trying to figure this out. There's currently no market for LeBron James because this new CBA is god-awful. But I'll ask you, Gio, does LeBron get traded? Do you think he will? And if so, where?
That's crazy. That's a tough question, man. And if I'm going by my gut, I'm going to say no, he doesn't get traded. He stays with the Lakers for the end of his career. But I could see a world where he does get traded. And I don't quite know what team. I'll leave that up to you guys to think about where's a good fit for him.
You know what team it is.
Tell me.
It's not that hard.
What?
I'll just continue what you were saying.
No, that's pretty much what I was saying. Like I don't know. Like
It's not that hard.
I don't see him getting traded though. But it could happen.
It could.
Yeah.
I mean, they have their center now, but I don't know if DeAndre Ayton's necessarily, the guy, considering his past history in the NBA. But
I'll also say this. I'm sorry to cut you off.
okay,
I'll also say this. LeBron James, he's at the point where he's still a good player, still a really good player.
oh yeah, still top 10.
But
easily.
you can't win a championship with him being the number one option on your team any longer. That's my opinion.
That's why they have Luka.
Right.
Problem is they have no big man.
Exactly. I don't even think he can be your second option.
No, he needs to be the second option.
But what I'm saying is, I don't think he could be.
No, I think he can.
You think you
I
can win a
think he
chip
can.
with LeBron being
Yes,
your second
absolutely.
option right now?
If he's healthy, absolutely. Because
Second options still have to do a
if,
lot.
yeah, exactly. And I think he can. I think LeBron is well capable of doing better than what Jalen Williams gave you in the playoffs this year. I think
Here's the
absolutely.
thing, though.
Did you see the J-Dub report, though?
The difference is, okay,
No, but J-Dub's going to get paid, but still.
So J-Dub was playing with a really serious hand injury.
Oh, yeah, I saw that
And
too.
got almost 30 shots in his hand in that whole series.
Yeah, but LeBron had been playing with foot injuries. Like, it's hard to run. But if LeBron's
Yeah.
healthy,
Here's the thing.
he could definitely do that.
yeah. I don't know. Because he doesn't play any defense. We know this.
Right.
Jalen Williams is a great defender.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I would take him over LeBron James at this point in their careers. LeBron James doesn't play any defense
Right.
at all. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think you can win with him being the one or the two at this point. He doesn't play defense. Defense is half the game. So
Right, obviously. What do you think, Anthony? Do you think he's going to get traded?
It's a fat no right now. I forgot who tweeted it yesterday, but like there's some uneasiness right now within the organization between him and Pelinka. Like we knew that was a thing for a little bit. I don't think he gets moved. I think that's a hard no for a lot of reasons. The cap, the team who brings him on, what they send back, and because it's only a 1 or 2 year rental, and you don't want to give up major assets because if it doesn't get you a championship, it's kind of a loss, if we're being honest with you. But the team that probably would take a swing and a miss on it and fans would not complain is the New York Knicks.
I knew he was
because
going to say that.
I really don't think they would complain. I wouldn't complain. We have the best coach in the NBA at the helm right now.
I'm dead.
That is the biggest
Mike
cap.
Mike Brown.
He's not even the
is
best coach in the city.
I was hating on this man, but now I love this man. I saw it from the beginning, the hate to the love.
You saw the video?
I
that
love
they put
Mike
out?
Brown.
Yeah.
You saw that video they put on IG
Who?
of Mike Brown, like all his clips.
He's
of him
so
being
great.
so intense.
I am so happy.
I saw it.
He's gonna make it. If I'm being honest with you, Spike Lee has a lot of influence. I know him and LeBron probably have some connections. I think, Spike Lee would on his knees begged for LeBron to come to bring the championship to New York.
It's not happening.
It's not happening. I mean, the Knicks are going to have to gut the franchise even more.
Well, if I'm being honest with you, I think the only things that they would get rid of is Cat, Mikal Bridges, maybe a few picks. And I think that would be satisfied for the Lakers.
You can't because you need more salary cap. LeBron makes $50 million.
Well, how much is Cat and Mikal combined? Isn't that $50 million right there?
You could, but that's if they want those players.
Well, exactly.
That's the problem.
You need another center.
Right, but
There you
that's not the answer for the Lakers. Cat already got eaten alive in the West.
Well, yeah.
So it's not going to really change much. So
I don't think it's. I think it's a pipe dream. 100% a pipe dream. But if it's feasible for the Knicks, it's feasible for maybe one or two other teams. But again, I don't like. It would be fun, but we'd have to win. And like, if we don't win, I think we'd be pretty pissed off.
Oh right, yeah.
I think that's the conclusion for any other team that would trade for him. But I don't think it's kind of. It's hard. Then what's the whole point of the Luka trade if you didn't want to work out with him? And,
Well, the point of the Luka trade was to set this team up after LeBron retired.
But yet again, if Nico Harrison isn't an idiot, you don't have him.
Well, if Nico Harrison wasn't an idiot, the Lakers probably would have given up a lot of draft picks and maybe instead of including AD, you could have gotten rid of someone else. That's kind of the main gist of it. But he wanted Anthony Davis, so nothing you could do about it. But I'm of the essence that he's not getting traded. I thought he was going to, and then I was looking through options, and I'm like, why would teams want to gut their assets for one good year of LeBron James at like the least? It's just not worth it, in my opinion. You're going to need a team desperate, maybe Dallas, to get on the phone and do that, but I just don't see it happening.
That's crazy.
So I think he's going to stay a Laker.
Yeah.
The thing probably that could be most realistic if it gets really bad is a buyout.
No,
They're not going to buy out LeBron
not
James.
happening.
I mean,
The only thing that's guaranteed is if he
Depends.
gets traded, Bronny's going with him. That's really the only thing.
You think so?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that's kind of the spin around with that.
But yeah, that's essentially the story with LeBron James. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments on where you think he's going to wind up, what's going to happen with the Lakers. And let's get into the next segment. Into the next segment we go. We're going to talk about a couple trades that went down over the past week and a half that we didn't get to talk about last week. I guess just real quick, since you guys didn't get to talk about it last week, I talked ad nauseum about the Michael Porter Jr. Cam Johnson trade. So we'll get y'all's quick thoughts. What were your thoughts on the deal?
Oh, I mean, we were live for it, but great deal for both sides. I think we were all unanimously agreement on that. MPJ needed a new start,
Yeah.
and we know Cam Johnson was kind of the ideal fit for Denver. And I guess they read into everybody's minds. They called each other and said, "Hey, the fans want it. Let's make it happen." And it happened. It was just straight up 1-for-1 with, I think, 2 picks involved for Brooklyn. I think it's a good deal for both sides, and I think both sides are going to be very happy in the future. Barring anything major that happens, I don't want to jinx it, knock on wood.
Yeah.
That's plastic, brother.
It is?
Knock on your head. It also works.
Yeah, but A+ trade from both sides. I don't think anybody lost here.
Can you go over the trade one more time?
So it's Cam Johnson to the Denver Nuggets for Michael Porter Jr. and an unprotected 2032 first-round pick.
That pick is actually going to be massive for the Nets because Denver could be in purgatory in 2032.
I doubt it, but Jokic is probably still going to be playing because put it this way, right? He told the Nuggets he's not signing his extension this year, which means he's going to do it next year. And that's at least going to be a 5-year deal.
Okay.
So that takes you at least, that'll be 2026. That takes you to at least 2031.
Yeah.
And he'll probably extend again because he'll be 35 by that point. He's still going to be playing at his tip-top level.
Okay.
So basically, they had to give up the pick because the cap space. Cam Johnson makes $15 million less per year than MPJ. He's making $38 million this year, MPJ.
Right.
So what were your thoughts on the deal, Gio?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a perfectly even deal, to be honest. I think MPJ going to the Nets, it might unlock something in MPJ that we haven't gotten to see in his career so far. You know
He
what I
did
mean?
in high school.
Yeah,
when he was
right,
like
in his career in the
dog.
NBA.
Yeah.
But like, it might give us some flashbacks of what he was in high school, or it might remind us how good he actually can be.
Right.
So I'm excited to see him on the Nets. And as far as Cameron Johnson, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
I think he's a really good player. He knocks down shots. He plays great defense. He's big. How tall is he? Like 6'9"?
Not as tall as MPJ. He's like 6'8".
6'8".
Yeah.
Still, he plays big. You know what I mean? He grabs rebounds. He's stronger than MPJ, if you ask me. He's more physical than MPJ. It's kind of what the Nuggets need.
Yeah.
They don't really need another star, which MPJ could be. You know what I mean? He could be
Exactly.
that star in Brooklyn. So I think this is a perfect fit for both sides. So I'm excited to see.
Exactly, yeah. So we'll obviously grade this later on in the main segment of the show, but I just wanted to get y'all's quick thoughts because I know you weren't able to do it last week. So that was a rough time recording by myself. I didn't know what to do. I kept wanting to ask you guys.
Yeah.
But let's get into the first big trade that happened, really the only big trade that happened. So I'll put the tweet on the screen from Shams Charania saying, breaking, the Clippers, Jazz, and Heat have agreed to a 3-team trade that sends Norman Powell to Miami, John Collins to the Clippers, as well as Kevin Love, Kyle Anderson, and a 2027 second-round pick to the Utah Jazz.
Kevin Love is still in the NBA?
He is, yeah.
Holy. How many? Let me just look up.
He could retire soon.
He's done, bro.
He's been in the league forever. He's going to get bought out by the Jazz. I presume he's probably going to go back to Cleveland, although I would love to have him in Brooklyn because we need some vets because Michael Porter Jr. and Nick Claxton are not vets you really want to have on that team.
Yeah.
But, Antoine, what are your thoughts on this massive trade?
Well, yeah, this broke on Monday. I think Monday afternoon.
The tweet came out on July 7th, so yes.
Yes. Just out of the blue. We knew Collins was on the move. Just didn't think it would be to the Clippers. Because they just signed Brook Lopez. And they have a pretty good, nice front court. But I guess Collins solidifies their 4. Again, I mean, Shams put as a lob threat. I mean, yeah.
That's what he's known for.
Sure.
You have Harden as your point guard.
Clippers giving up Norm is, I think, atrocious.
It's a mistake?
I think that's a massive mistake.
Really?
I disagree, actually.
I don't know. I think Norm had a great year, but going to Miami is good for Miami.
Yeah.
You need a scorer.
Pat Riley's awake. You might not be washed after all.
That's good. Miami is, I guess, the fallback option for not getting KD, I guess.
I don't think they were trying to get KD because they would have had to give up so much. Like, you're giving up Tyler Hero, you're giving up Khalil Ware. They didn't want to do that. But, you disagreed with what Anthony said?
Yeah, so I think the Clippers moving on from Norman Powell, I think it's about time. I think a new scenery for Norman Powell is good. I think it's ideal. And also, I don't know how much – I know he's a great player. I know he's a great six-man. I know he's a great – he picks up the slack wherever you need it. but it seems to me that he only does good when your star players are down and out. Like he doesn't really. He's not. I don't want to say this because it sounds wrong, but he's not really a winning player. You know that? You know, people say winning player.
Yeah.
He's not that to me.
I mean, doesn't he have
not that to me.
Doesn't he have a championship?
He does on the Raptors.
Also, I mean, this could also be the Clippers wanting to focus on more scoring from Kawhi and Harden.
Well, it wasn't that. They didn't want to pay him an extension. That was why they traded him.
Fair.
And
But Collins is the same thing.
Wait,
well, Collins is going to cost you way less than Norman Powell would. Remember, Norman Powell was a fringe All-Star last year, and there's no guarantee you're going to get that season out of him again. You're going to have to pour out all this money. John Collins gives them so much flexibility now with their front court depth.
Okay.
They can run out so many lineups now you can run any combination. Even Collins at the 3, if you want to go super big and you go Collins, Zubats, and Brook Lopez, you can if you want to.
it's crazy.
I highly advise against that. But your center power forward room is now really locked and loaded. James Harden finally has his true lob threat. I think this is a really good trade for the Clippers.
Agreed.
And I originally thought differently. I'm like, why the heck would you give up Norman Powell? This is why.
Yeah,
I
and
agree with
the Jazz really just wanted to get him off the team. They got Kyle Anderson, a second, and Kevin Love.
Yeah. There was something that said that he was like too productive
He was
for
too,
them.
yeah, that's crazy.
Too
But
productive.
They had the worst record in the league. What were they? What else?
He
were they
was
expecting?
getting them too many more wins than they needed.
John Collins.
But they still finished with the worst record in the NBA. That's what I'm confused about. Unless last year, because last year they did not have the worst record.
Maybe they're just trying to bring up his value or something.
This was the offseason. They moved on from Sexton. Clarkson's gone. Collins is gone. We're waiting on Markkanen.
Yeah.
Who knows? And then I guess Walker Kessler. But again, that's a young piece you want to keep. But who knows? But the 3 guys we thought were going to get moved, I guess, last trade deadline are now gone.
Yeah.
One of them they released. 2 of them they got assets back. Oh, Nurkic. We guess Nurkic can move off the team now.
He's staying.
All right,
They
he's staying.
announced
Fair
his
enough.
number and everything like that.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, as far as the Clippers goes, that ends great. Norman Powell on the Heat intrigues me a lot because
Yeah, it does.
you're obviously running out your lineup with. I'm assuming Tyler Hero is going to run your point now.
No, Terry's back.
Yeah, but Terry Rozier is just not that good anymore.
I mean, you want Jonas to run the point eventually?
I'd say
Eventually.
he's more of a 2. I wouldn't call him
Okay.
a point guard.
All right.
But
Fair.
you have the both of them. Let's just say hypothetically it's Hero and Powell. Then your 3 for now is Wiggins. I know they're still trying to trade him.
Yeah.
But you have Wiggins, and then I really like the Bam Khalil Ware 4-5 combo. So Gio, in a weak East, this Miami Heat team, how are you feeling?
They're still a playing team.
I guess some
Honestly.
things just never change.
Yeah. Like, the Heat, I feel like they'll always be an everlasting playing team.
Yeah.
At least for now. So I'll put them in the playing.
But if you're looking at the trade, the Heat give up basically just Kyle Anderson for Norman Powell.
And Kevin Love.
I mean, but Love is getting a buyout, and
Right,
it's
but-
not really major.
Right, but still, though, Kevin Love was a big vet voice on
was.
this
That's true.
roster. And
I
now he's
mean-
going to probably go somewhere to ring Chase.
Yeah. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, again, Hero's not really like a solidified point guard. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, Hero could do it. But the starting 5 is good. Again, I'm not a Wiggins believer. Again, Wiggins is going to get moved, I feel like, too. And
They
then
should move
their
up,
their
but-
bench, like Hawkes is nice. Clearwater's going to be starting. We said that already.
Yeah.
It's not a bad team. We have to see.
Not at all. And I think we'll have to just gauge it with this trade because it's clear that the Clippers and Heat made pivots that tried to fix a hole in their roster. And we'll just have to see if it works. I mean, the Clippers, I'm just never going to believe in them until they prove me wrong
Yeah.
because that's just the Clippers thing. And, Miami, it's Miami.
Kind of the same thing for now.
But if there's any time to fluke a finals run again, now's the time to do it. When all the
way.
good teams are out. And, I mean, remember, this team made the finals as an 8 seed.
yeah,
and
but they had Jimmy B.
They still had Jimmy Butler, yeah. So that's a
Yeah.
big difference.
Yeah.
And then, we'll have to see what goes on with the rest of Utah's roster. I don't necessarily know.
It's a very young roster.
Very young roster. They could wind up trading Larry Markkinen and
Yeah.
whatnot. Who knows when they'll start competing. But
Yeah.
in essence, do we have any other final thoughts regarding, this first trade, Norman Powell and everything like that?
No.
Nah.
Let's
All right,
rock.
let's get into the next trade. This one happened yesterday, kind of random out of the blue. So for context, I'm trying to remember this exactly. Kelly Olynyk had gotten traded to the Wizards from the Pelicans in the CJ McCollum trade.
Yes.
Okay, so he went to Washington in the CJ McCollum trade, and I think Washington's still trying to tank in some way, even though you have a roster that's good enough to maybe make the play in. But I understand the 2026 draft class is insane. And Kelly Olynyk is a stretch 5 that's highly sought after on the market. So a tweet from Shams Charania that's back on the screen right now. The Wizards are trading Kelly Olynyk to the San Antonio Spurs for Malachi Branham, Blake Wesley, and a 2026 second-round pick. So now Wemby has a stretch 5, much better than Zach Collins, and will start, presumably, if he does play the 4 or not, over Luke Cornett or he comes off the bench. So, Antoine, your thoughts on this trade, man?
I mean, at random at first, it was just like, okay, I understand it. Kelly's a nice big to have. I mean, if Cornett's not starting, bench guy, of course. Stretch 5. The Wizards got Cam Whitmore. Don't forget, Cam Whitmore, Malachi Branham. Again, getting a lot younger. They're bringing a lot of guys that were somewhat good under previous teams, now getting a brand new spot for a wide open Wizards team that probably the starting 5 and bench spots are kind of not solidified yet until maybe training camp comes around.
Yeah.
And see what happens. I mean, more depth for Wemby. God forbid, we don't know what happens with his blood clot. Maybe it's, it's a hard injury to come back from. You have Kelly, you have Cornett as coverage as well.
Yeah.
But again, just a nice trade. Malachi and Blake Wesley did not get major minutes. You're not giving up anything really massive.
Nope.
Kelly, again, should not have been on that Wizards team. Again, because, look, the Wizards signed Valanciunas last year. You got moved to a contender now, back on Denver. Still getting, waiting to get finalized. But regardless.
Yeah.
Moved on. Kelly, same story as him. Move on to a contender. Found a spot in San Antonio. And you just move on with it. And you go into the season with this and you just kind of have depth. We know they have depth. So they gave up the lesser-known players that they have on that bench for someone that's actually going to play. So it's a win-win for them and for also Washington to get at least some young players in return.
Yeah, it's true, and they can maybe flip some of those guys. I think the 2 players they got could really break out in more of a green light setting. Malachi Branham was being talked about a couple of years ago as one of the more underrated players in the league. He dunked on LeBron, so
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was in. That's why, because every time LeBron gets some sort of highlight on him, Rich Paul will just kind of like slowly get it removed from existence. That's why we barely see the Reggie Jackson ankle break. We rarely see the Yabusele dunk.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So your facial reaction says it all. Yeah, exactly.
Reggie Jackson took LeBron's ankles?
He literally did a pump fake, and LeBron literally fell down. It was hilarious. But, Gio, what are your thoughts on this trade for the Spurs?
Yeah, I have one reaction, and that is that the Spurs are just gathering all the big all the big guys. Yeah, they're just loading up. They're just stacked in their front court, so they're looking pretty good.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
Where do you think the Spurs can go with this current roster as it currently stands?
Name their starting 5 for me.
I mean, who the hell
Projection.
knows?
We don't
Projection.
know.
Okay, I'll give you just a general guess.
Okay.
So let's say it's any one of the two of it's going to be Fox as the starting point guard,
Okay.
and then I would assume Stephon Castle's the 2,
Okay.
Devin Vassell or Harris. I would say Devin Vassell or Harrison Barnes at the 3, and then probably the other one, and probably Sohan or Harrison Barnes or whoever at the 4, and Wemby at the 5, and then your bench you have Dylan Harper. You have the other one of the guys that don't start. You have Keldon Johnson. He might start as well. You obviously now have Kelly Olynyk. You have Luke Cornett. This team,
Carter Bryant.
Yeah, let me look at the Spurs depth chart. Just the estimated.
It's a lot of
depth chart.
It's a lot of depth.
ESPN lists it as Fox, Harper, Vassell, Barnes, and Wemby.
Fox, Harper, Vassell,
Barnes, and Wemby. But I think benching Castle is kind of dumb. But
he did play good off the bench though this year.
He did. Combination.
I think this year the Spurs are going to be in like an experimental mode.
Yeah.
Where they're going to test out different lineups because there's a ton of good players they got there. They're going to test out what lineups work, what lineups don't work.
Yeah.
And then they're going to figure out what the best lineup is. That's why I don't see them as a threat this year. They're still going to be a solid team, hard team to beat, team you don't really want to play. They're not going to be necessarily a contender.
I don't think they're going to be a contender, but I think they're going to be a playoff team at this rate.
So like what, like 5, 6 seed?
Top 6, 5 seed. If he plays a full season, Wemby's going to be in the top 5 in the MVP.
Yeah,
it's almost like certain that it's going to happen, and because if he carries this roster of a lot of young guys and a couple vets that are on the tail end of their career, I think he could be in for a very big season.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I think with the roster you have right now, I mean, this is ridiculous, bro.
It's gonna be hard for him, man.
It does this roster is so loaded. I think depth is so important. They could get a 6 seed and do what the Pacers did 2 years ago and get to the conference finals. We don't know. We don't know what Wemby's going to be like in a playoff setting. But put it this way, their bench right now lists it as Dylan Harper as the point guard on the bench because he's the starting shooting guard. Stephon Castle. Forgot about Julian Champagny. He's still there.
Oh, yeah.
Keldon Johnson, Luke Cornett. You still have Kelly Olynyk. You have Jeremy Sohan. And you still have Carter Bryant. I mean, this team looks exciting. And I think Mitch Johnson's really going to – it's a good problem to have. He's going to really struggle to come up with good lineups that will work with the rest.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we also know like Harrison's at the tail end of his career. Once he retires, you bring in another guy off the bench because they're going to be solidified too.
Next man up.
And that's what the Thunder did with their tanking. They didn't really get to do this when they were good, but the Spurs can do this now when they're good. They don't have to make trades or anything like that. They don't have to even tank anymore.
Yeah.
You have guys like when Fox leaves, a Harper Castle backcourt is objectively insane.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
the problem's right there in house. They'll run into cap problems down the line, but every team will. So it kind of is what it is. You don't have to pay Wemby for another 2 years.
Yeah.
So you could even pay him at the end of next season if you wanted to. If they picked up his 4th-year option, then it becomes a poison pill contract.
Right.
So we'll have to see kind of going forward with that. But yeah, I mean, do we have any sort of final thoughts, questions, comments, concern on this trade? I mean, the Wizards, there's really not much to talk about with it.
No, yeah.
So
We can go.
let's get into the next segment. All right, so we already covered the trades. Now let's get into the extensions. This is more of the, not surprising news regarding the NBA, but some of these guys are really good. And when you're really good, you sign some pretty big contracts. And when you sign pretty big contracts, your family's pretty much set for the next, few generations, give or take a
Yes.
few. So let's get into some of the rookie extensions that were signed over the past 24 to 48 hours at the time of recording. So we'll put the tweet on the screen from Shams Charania. We're going to Orlando for the first one. Y'all know this was coming. Breaking, Orlando Magic star Paolo Banchero has signed a 5-year rookie max extension that could reach $287 million.
Wow.
That's insane.
You said 5-year.
5-year deal.
So what does that
yeah.
equal per year?
It's over 50 mil.
Yeah, it's over 50 mil.
50.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like 58, 57.
This is the first rookie max extension that includes a player option for the first time since when Luka and Trae Young signed theirs in 2021.
Wow.
Wow.
So we obviously know Franz signed his extension last summer.
Yep.
Paolo came the year after. So it was his turn to get this done. And, now that you were able to, make the trade for Desmond Bane, this Magic core is now locked up for the next few years. So, Gio, what are your thoughts?
What's his name? Paolo. He's a great player. I think he deserves this type of money. I've never been the biggest fan of Paolo, but I think he is a player that you can have in your team to win games. I don't know if he's the first option type of guy, but he's a player that you need. He's big. He's 6'10",
6'9".
6'9". I think he's 6'10", to be honest. And he's wide too, so he's strong. He's mobile.
He's built.
He's mobile. He's like an Italian LeBron James. You know what I mean? Except he can't shoot.
Italian American. He also got compared a lot to LeBron.
Did he? Okay, so there you
Yeah.
go. I
He's
didn't even know that.
he's projected to make 41 mil next year, or I guess he's gonna be on a poison pill this year. His first year of the extension, he's gonna make 41, then 44, then 48, and then 51, and the player options for 54.6.
Got it.
So, Antoine, your thoughts on Paolo? I know you were high on the Magic.
Yeah, I love Paolo. The second player after this, I think, is a lot more ridiculous than this one, because the second player I didn't see coming. This one I saw. I think you saw France, and it just made so much sense for them to do Paolo. So now you have no issues at all with both your young stars, and we're gonna see some jumps from this year. Hopefully, if they're all healthy, I think Bane's gonna help massively. So yeah, I think it's for him well deserved. He showed a lot of promise this past season. Of course, the injury did not help, but regardless, he shows a lot of promise for them. Their franchise cornerstone, along with Franz. And you lock them up, keep them happy, and you roll with it with your coach, who's going to be highly sought after maybe in a year or so, depending on how his team goes.
Right.
and you just roll with it. Like I said, it's not a shocker. The second one's a shocker, and I'll get into that later.
Yeah, I think with Paolo, I think this was we knew he was gonna stay long term, but now I mean like this team needs to lock in.
Yep.
You have the pieces. You have your two-man, I guess your two-man game percents with Paolo and Franz. They run the show. They are the ones that are ball dominant. Hopefully Jalen Suggs is healthy because we saw when he went out, the team went to crap. And I think it's really important for Suggs to be healthy because he's the facilitator. He's their perimeter defender. I think that was mainly the main part of it because this team struggles to shoot and just generate offense even before like the previous Magic teams.
Yeah.
They were always bad. Like even when they had Gordon and Vucevic, they were just not good offensively.
Yeah.
But they've always been good defensively. And now that you have this kind of foundation built and you combine that now with the incredible shooting and shot creativity you get from Desmond Bane, it's going to alleviate a lot of pressure off this team. And they got some good depth behind them. So with the Magic, I'm feeling good right now, especially now you're in a really weak East. There's maybe 2 to 4 teams that maybe could worry you.
The Sixers included.
Would you include this? Let me ask you, what teams would you currently right now put above Orlando in the East?
So it's the Knicks, right? It's
Cleveland, Detroit.
Cleveland, Detroit.
Detroit. The
I wouldn't
Knicks.
put Detroit.
And Detroit's
Am I
close.
crazy?
Yeah, I would probably put Orlando above Detroit. I think
Detroit's close.
it's quite clear that Cleveland and New York are the top 2 teams.
That's
Yes.
it.
I would put Atlanta above Orlando.
No way.
Seriously? Well, think about it. I'll tell you what Atlanta's looking like when they're healthy. Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, Zachary Risache, Jalen Johnson, Kristaps Porzingis. They just got Luke Kennard. They just got Nikhil Alexander-Walker. So
Okay.
Atlanta's
Hold
looking
on.
Yeah,
really
I
good.
know.
Hold on. That's a good lineup.
That's really good.
They're both up there.
I've just never been so high on Trey, but that's still a good lineup.
He's made it 2 rounds farther
Yes.
than Paolo. So
Yes.
there you go.
Dang. That's crazy to think about the Hawks being a top 3 seed potentially
Potentially, yeah.
in the East. That's crazy.
I mean, there's always one team in every year that always exceeds expectations. This year was Cleveland, even though I predicted it. The season before, it was OKC. Remember, they were 10th in 2023 and then shot up to the 1 seed in 2024.
So are you predicting the Hawks to be a
I
top
think the
3 seed?
Hawks
Is
gonna
that your
be good.
prediction for this coming?
I don't know. I'm not necessarily talking about seeds because that really doesn't matter as much anymore. It's just about who's going to be better. Who do you trust in a playoff setting? The Magic or the Hawks?
I guess.
Well, Trey's the experience.
That's the thing. Trey has the experience. Kristaps Porzingis is an NBA champion.
Yeah.
So it's hard to go against that. But I think at worst, the Magic are like a top 4
Yeah, they're right there.
in the West.
I say top 4,
They're
yeah.
right there.
Yeah, I think that really depends on what are you going to get from Boston this year, because they still have Jaylen Brown and Derek White, and Peyton Pritchard's going to get an advanced role. They could still win 40 games.
They could still be top 4.
I mean, not 40 games, 50 games. They could still win 50. They just won 61 last year, so it's very much possible. But I'm liking the way this Magic team's looking.
Yeah.
We'll have to just see it come to fruition. Whoever their starting center is going to be is very important, because it's not like a situation where someone's going to be available at the deadline. There's no guarantee of that.
Well, Wendell Carter's not too bad.
He's not, but I don't think he fits that starting 5 as good as I thought he would. I think Goga might fit better in this starting 5.
Yeah, Mo
Bigger.
Wagner. Wagner's back too. Mo.
Right, but
Mo's back
he
too.
comes off the bench. He's just off a torn ACL. He's not going
Yeah.
to play starter level minutes. So
Yeah.
we'll
He's a good
have to
player, though.
We'll have to see. But I'm feeling good if I'm Orlando. What would you say on a scale of 1 to 10 your confidence level is?
For Orlando.
Yeah, if you were
Really a good team.
If you were an
Working out.
Orlando fan, yeah.
I'm pretty confident.
I'm like
I mean,
7.5 out of 10.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go a little bit lower. I'm thinking like 6.5.
Okay.
Because the offense still worries me outside of Desmond Bane. We'll have to see what they can do.
I think
Yeah.
yeah. One shooter, sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah.
So-
Well, the shooter they had last year did absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They literally
Get him outta here.
They told him like we're gonna not you're gonna knock down threes. You're gonna play defense, and he's just like, no, I'm good. Like,
he's in
Get him outta here.
I'm gonna collect my 22 mil or 33 mil, however much he got, and I'm gonna just peace out to Memphis.
Gonna rob you guys, basically.
Exactly. So that's what playing with Jokic does, I guess.
yeah.
But do we have any final thoughts regarding Paolo?
No.
All right, let's get into the next extension. This one happened this morning, and like my eyes went full Bobby Portis. They were as wide open as they possibly could be. I was shocked when I saw this because I forgot he was the pick right after Paolo because he didn't play his rookie year. Tweets on the screen, breaking. Oklahoma City Thunder star and NBA champion Chet Holmgren has agreed to a fully guaranteed 5-year rookie max extension, $50 million hairs.
Wow.
Yeah, so exactly at 50.
So Chet Holmgren is making $50 million a year.
Wow.
Unreal. So, Anthony, I know you have a lot to say regarding the 16th president of the United States. So go ahead and tell us exactly what's going through your mind right
Is
now.
that Abraham Lincoln?
Yeah.
I'm nice.
This is ridiculous. I mean, I love Chet. I'm a big Chet believer, but this man has been injured for half of his time in the NBA right now. And what has he done to deserve $50 million a year besides winning the championship? And again, not showing up in the playoffs right now, as of currently. So again, I don't understand it. I understand you gotta lock up your big man, but again, at the end of the day, it was a little early. They could have waited to next off season.
Yeah.
Because he's not shown me any sign of worthiness for $50 million a year, as of right now. And that's literally all I have to say. I think it's just too premature. I understand lock up your guys, but it's too early. Chet has not proved anything yet for that contract.
So you think overpaid?
Just wrong time.
Bad timing?
Bad timing.
But there's no more time. Remember, you only have 3 to 4 years, and let's say they picked up the 4th-year option and didn't pay him until next off season, and he goes out. Remember, he broke his hip in December,
Right.
and he didn't give you much offensively. But let's say he goes and averages 25 and 10, he's gonna command way more money than that. So,
And he could do that.
and I think the problem is, yes, he struggled offensively in the playoffs, but my gosh, his defense in the playoffs was insane. I understand we were all in our feels hating on OKC, but now that everything's over, done with, looking back, this is one of the greatest teams we've ever seen, especially in this generation.
Yeah.
And Chet Holmgren was a big part of that.
Yeah, your twin was a big part of that.
Yes, definitely. He's basically he's 7'1", so he's like 8 inches taller?
Like 7.
7 or 8, something like that.
Yeah.
But Gio, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think it was an overpay? Do you think deserved?
I think it's an overpay.
Okay.
At the same time, though, I get what you're saying, Tyler. It's like this guy has a lot of potential offensively, and we already know what he can do defensively.
Right.
So his defensive ceiling he's already there. Like, I mean, there's not much he can do to get better defensively. He's already that good.
Right.
But when it comes to offensively, there's so much room for improvement, and so I could see why you would pay this type of guy that money.
Yeah.
Because he's literally, think about it, he's 7'1".
That's insane.
He can shoot it from anywhere, right? He has a little bit of a handle on him. He can dribble the ball. All he needs, really and honestly, is confidence.
Yeah.
That's all he needs, and that will unlock so much for Chet Holmgren. So I understand it. But, like, Anthony, to your point, what you were saying was he didn't do anything to deserve that money, and I agree with that. I don't think he did anything to deserve that type of money yet. I think it's going to come in the future. I think he's going to be a great player offensively in the future. But as of now, I think, like you were saying, a little too early for that type of money. So that's where I'm at. Overpaid just a little bit.
If he steps it up this season and I see like the points go up.
That's the thing. It's not always about the points though.
Well, listen, I'm an OG guy.
I'm more about efficiency. He was
I
kind of
understand
efficient.
that, but listen, I mean, SGA is a scorer. We know that Chet's the second fiddle to him because of J-Dub being there. J-Dub's not locked up yet. Paolo is the franchise player for Orlando. It made sense. Chet is not right now. Chet is there. I understand, like, SGA is the biggest star in our team. Chet's the second guy.
He's not even Chet's the third option. When J-Dub signs his extension, he's going to be making more than Chet Holmgren.
I mean, we have to see. I don't know. We don't know because he's inside.
Yeah, he will.
right.
He just dropped 40 in a finals game and
Yeah.
was on all defensive because Chet didn't play enough games. But with Chet, it's tough because, like, I think he would have made a lot less had they not won the championship.
Yeah.
Fact of the matter is, his defense, he was probably the best defender in the playoffs, or at least one of the 2 or 3 best.
Right.
And pretty much, I mean, he played better than Hartenstein did.
Right.
And that was kind of the main
He did.
sort of reasoning as to they needed offensive rebounding, although Chet stepped his game up. And he's a unicorn type player. He's only going to get better from here. He's already gone through two of some of the most complicated, toughest injuries to go through: a ruptured Lisfranc and a hip fracture.
Right.
And he's not even like 24 yet. So with Chet, I think it is a slight overpay, but with the championship, I totally understand why they gave him this type of money. And yeah, I just OKC, that's why SGA signed the extension now. He left the money on the table so they could pay Chet and they can pay Jalen Williams. So now, where you looked at a Denver who couldn't afford to pay Bruce Brown and Jeff Green, they didn't have that opportunity. This OKC team's at least locked up for the next 2 years. And if they don't get it done, then they'll have to make some moves. But they had the 25th highest payroll in the NBA last year. They're fine.
Yeah.
So they could afford to splurge out this type of money, and they'll move off of guys like Wiggins and Joe. They don't need them on the roster long term.
Right.
You can manipulate it and find pieces elsewhere. This they needed to do, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, I don't need to ask all your confidence about OKC. On paper, they're still the best team in the West.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
So we have to respect the defending champions, and we'll always continue to do that. And that's kind of the gist of that. Do we have any final thoughts on it?
No.
All right, let's get into the one that just happened while we were recording the first segment of this video.
Anthony almost couldn't hold it back.
He almost couldn't hold it back.
Save it for the segment, huh?
Yeah, save it for the segment.
You were the
What
one
are
that
you doing
was
over
so antsy to listen to it. Okay.
Was I? No.
No,
Was I?
definitely not. It's on video. It's going to go on the internet, so people will be able to see if you were capping or not.
Yeah.
But the tweet is on the screen right now. Obviously, we had known Devin Booker was in talks to sign a 2-year, $150 million contract extension. He didn't get that. Instead, he signed a 2-year, $145 million contract extension. So basically, he's making $70 million per year. It's basically $150. Yeah. Probably there's bonuses that'll get it there and stuff like that. Wow.
Yeah.
All I can say.
Bank.
He's probably going to be making close to $80 million in 2027. That is just crazy. So, Gio, if you're hearing this for the first time,
I am.
what are your thoughts on just the money? And then, did he earn it? What's this going to mean? Just give me your full-fledged thoughts.
Yeah. Obviously, he deserves it. I think so. I love Devin Booker. Big Devin Booker fan. It's unfortunate that he had those moments in the playoffs where he didn't really come through. Unfortunate, but I think he's that type of guy that can hit those types of shots. Going forward. So I think he deserves every bit of this contract, and it's clear as day that the Suns wanted him to stay in Phoenix. That's clear. They're paying him $70 million a year. Are you kidding me? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
70 mil.
Like if they paid me $70 million, I would stay. I'm not going anywhere.
You can't say no to that.
You can't say no. I don't know how bad Devin Booker wanted to stay, but I'm sure as soon as he saw the money, I'm like, yeah.
All the reports indicated that he wants to be a Sun for life.
He does.
Yeah.
Yes. Because think about it this way: you were drafted by the Suns. I don't know if you've seen his house. They've done like tours about it. Like his house is humongous.
Really?
His whole life is there. So
So he has to stay.
it's hard to just pack up and leave like that because Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson found out the hard way of you're going from a humongous house in rural Arizona to a cramped little apartment in Brooklyn, New York.
Yuck.
It's tough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yuck.
Well, listen, Phoenix, the message is there right now. So the KD era is now over.
Yep.
Beal's working on a buyout.
Yeah.
Now it's Booker's team back to what it was in the finals run. And again, you're looking at a new head coach coming in that is a lot of just assistant experience coming in, new face, new players, a lot of promising rookies coming in, other guys that they signed as well. It's looking promising. This Book's team again. They solidified him around with who did they sign? We're gonna get into it later.
Can we get a projected starting five for this Phoenix Suns while he's saying?
Yeah,
Pull it up.
I was looking at it. It's a nice.
It's a decent. It's better
decent
than
lineup.
last year.
Okay.
It's like
Even with KD on the team?
This is not better as in like better team, but this is a team where if they finish 12th in the West, it's more acceptable than having Kevin Durant. So
I think they finished way above.
Devin Booker's the starting point guard as of right now. Jalen Green.
Yes.
Jalen Green.
Oh, yeah.
Bradley Beal's going to get bought out, so I imagine Royce O'Neal will just slot in at the 3. Dylan Brooks at the 4, and Mark Williams at the 5.
Yeah. So
That
again,
team's still really bad.
It's not.
I mean,
Yeah.
we have to see how Jalen Green works in. We know Brooks will be fine. That's their defensive guy. Mark Williams was, again, draft night trade. They got him for basically nothing. Similar to what LA got.
Better than Nurkic, bro.
Well, yeah, and don't forget, Kamal Malawach was drafted by them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he's not going to
Malawach.
start.
Malawach.
They still got Nick Richards.
Oh, that's the big tall guy. Right?
Yeah.
Royce O'Neal, Ryan Dunn, Grayson Allen, Nick Richards. Again, They got Rasheer Fleming, another first-round rookie was supposed to be, but was the first round, the second.
Nobody cares about him.
And they still have
Rasheer
they,
Fleming's gonna be good.
He's gonna be good.
He's gonna be good.
All right,
and
we
they
care
still
about
got Ted Cruz,
Ted
Who's
Cruz.
Ted Cruz?
Grayson Allen.
Oh, Grayson Allen. Yeah.
I'm dead.
But listen, I'm excited.
I'm like Ted
I'm
Cruz. I know that name from somewhere.
Yeah.
Once Bradley Beal gets bought out, it's looking better.
Yeah. Better is a strong word.
Bradley Beal. Also, we didn't say Bradley Beal's first choice is the Clippers. If he gets bought out.
He's gonna take that Norman Powell spot.
Well, it makes sense. Yeah, they need a shooting guard.
Yeah, but I mean,
There's
yeah.
teams that do need. Even Houston needs a shooting guard. He could go there
Yeah,
if
so,
he wants
I mean,
to go on a vet minimum or whatever.
If we're looking at who fills in, Ryan Dunn probably slides into that spot in the starting lineup.
He better. That's all I'll
That's
say.
pretty
Who?
much it.
Ryan
Ryan
Dunn.
Dunn slots back in.
Ryan Dunn's so good, bro.
Yeah, Malawach and Nick Richards off the bench with Grayson Allen,
Yeah.
Bruce O'Neal, Gillespie. They re-signed. We said that before.
This team is still pretty bad.
They're like
no,
the same
it's
place.
not bad.
They're
No,
gonna be
this-
the same
It's
spot.
not a bad team.
They're
not gonna move.
There's at least 7 or 8 teams in the West that I think
sure.
are better.
but it's
than-
looking
100%.
promising.
I
It's
think Brooklyn needs
promising.
to have an MVP type level if they want to make
Yeah.
it. I'll
It's
just say that.
promising.
Because I mean, look, OKC's better. Denver's better. I would say the current version of the Clippers are actually better. I think the Warriors with Steph and Jimmy are better.
Coming, bro.
The Rockets are clearly
Did you say
better.
the Spurs?
The Spurs are better.
Yeah, the Spurs are better.
Who are we missing? We're missing
There's a
someone.
bunch of other. I can't think of
Minnesota.
Sacramento.
Minnesota's better.
Not
No.
Sacramento.
I would say
No.
Sacramento.
I
No,
do
no,
not
no,
think
no.
Sacramento is. I view the Kings the exact same way I view the Suns.
Hmm.
So, really, like, congrats, you're better than the Jazz. Honestly, I think Portland's better than Phoenix.
Hey, on a good day. On a good day, I could see that.
Have you seen the way, Gio? Have you seen? Let me tell you, Portland's depth chart right now, bro. It's actually diabolical.
No, Portland.
Only
has
if
a
Chauncey's starting
lot-
at point. That's
Starting
Portland has
starting
a
five:
lot of depth.
Drew Holiday,
Okay.
Shaden Sharp, Denny Avdia, Jeremy Grant, Donovan Clingan. I think that's better. It's a more
I'm not
complete.
afraid of that,
It's a
though.
more complete lineup.
It's complete.
They have a true point guard that can defend.
That's probably like the G League championship team right there.
No doubt.
But to me, it's not. I'm not scared of that team.
They still have Tumani Kamara on the bench.
Yeah.
I
Still
like-
have-
I like him, I
They
like
still have Matisse Thybulle on the bench. They
good.
have Rayan Rupert. They have.
So this team is full of defense.
They also have Hansen Yang, my guy.
Come on.
Shout out.
next,
He's
like,
gonna be.
Yao
He's the
Ming?
Chinese Jokic.
Okay.
Yeah.
I watched his highlights, man. I'm
nice.
excited
He's
for
nasty.
him.
He's nasty.
He's nasty, but there's teams better than Phoenix.
We got to rank these draft picks one day.
One day we will.
Yeah,
I feel
we'll
like
do-
we
we'll-
can't until like later on though, like a couple
Yeah,
years
we
after.
will. No, we'll do like
No,
a
we should do
rookie
it right
draft.
Not right now.
No, we'll do a
but
rookie draft.
could be like-
eventually.
Okay.
We
Yeah,
could
you're right, you're right.
eventually, yeah. At some point, maybe we could do a short on it.
Yeah, that'd
we'll
be good.
see. But yeah, man, that's crazy. Shout out Devin Booker, big time money. What's your confidence level about the Phoenix Suns?
It's a 5.5. I mean, it's playing. Playing's their target. I mean, it'd be nice if they're like a 6 seed. It depends.
Yeah. I'll
There's-
give it a 4.
They're still a playing team to me.
They're
Yeah,
playing
they're
team, yeah.
playing team.
I don't really. It's not that they're. If they were in the East, they'd be
Oh,
a
100%.
playoff team. They would
100%.
comfortably be a top 6
You
team.
think so?
Yeah.
Oh, without a doubt.
don't
But the
even-
problem is, this ain't the East.
Yeah.
This ain't the East. So you're stuck in the West. The West is ungodly stacked, but it is kind of wide open because there's so many good teams. But, at the same time, it's like, there's still a lot to be had for the
Yeah,
West.
of course.
But do we have any sort of final thoughts on the 3 extensions before we get into the next thing?
Let's go.
All right, so let's transition. We had no idea any of this was happening today, but we got the group reveal for the 2026 or 2025 NBA Cup. So it's the 3rd year now they're doing this in-season tournament. The Lakers won the first year, and then the Bucks won last year. So basically, they did the group reveals today, and they unfortunately stuck with the same thing of doing them by conference. I'd rather have a team from all 6 divisions in there or something
Right.
along those lines. But
agree.
the NBA doesn't want to do that. I'm sure there's probably travel restrictions and everything like that. It's whatever. But we're going to reveal each of the groups. So we'll put them on the screen. Is there a specific one you want me to start with, East or West?
Just go East.
Yeah.
Let's go to the Eastern Conference. So East Group A, which you can, I'll just tell you guys since you can't see it, but I'll tell you who's in the group. So we have the Atlanta Hawks, the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Indiana Pacers, the Toronto Raptors, and the Washington Wizards.
Yeah.
So the Wizards are last in that group.
Well, remember, it's hard to gauge. 'Cause remember, it's just 4 regular season games. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
You're right, but still.
So it's hard to gauge.
Atlanta and Cleveland, Indiana, if they were fully healthy, would be interesting.
I would
That
favor
would be-
Atlanta and Cleveland, or
Yeah, of course.
one of the two of them will likely come out of that group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
We're
That's
gonna do the
not bad.
picks later on, right?
we'll do the picks later on.
yeah.
I guess just rate out of 10 how competitive the group is.
Oh,
It's okay.
It's gonna be hard. I got to see the other groups before.
That's
I do
fair,
that.
yeah. We'll
It's
come back to
okay.
it then.
Yeah.
So let's go to East Group B. This one is more relevant to myself because my Nets are involved. We have the Boston Celtics, the Brooklyn Nets, the Detroit Pistons, the Orlando Magic, and the Philadelphia 76ers.
This is the group of death.
It's an
It's
interesting
a
group.
solid group here.
Yeah.
Because
Group of death.
obviously you got, Celtics and Pistons are no slouch.
Yeah.
The Magic and Sixers are wild cards. You never know what you're going to get from them. And I feel like the Nets are just like a good tanking team.
They can win.
Michael
some
Porter
games.
Jr. can give you a 40-point barrage.
Oh, yeah.
Never know. So that's definitely a fun game. Tournament starts on Halloween, by the way.
Ah.
So that'll be fun. They'll still do that Tuesday, Thursday sort of format.
Yeah.
Whatever,
So
or
I like this
Friday.
group. This one's pretty competitive.
Pretty fun group, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's Group C, the 5 remaining teams. We have the Charlotte Hornets, the Chicago Bulls, the Miami Heat, the Milwaukee Bucks, and the New York Knicks. I feel like the Knicks got a really
guy.
easy draw here. But again, the regular season games. You could easily get a 50-point game from LaMelo Ball.
Stop it.
You
Stop
could.
it.
It's true. It could happen.
LaMelo's becoming my favorite player. I don't know.
But this is honestly, in my opinion, the least competitive group of the bunch.
For sure.
Knicks go 5-0, 4-0.
If the
Sorry.
Knicks, honestly,
They might.
if the Knicks don't go 4-0, I don't know what to tell you. But the Knicks should make it out of that group.
Yeah.
But Group B, I imagine, is probably
That's the best group.
the best group. I think so too. I think Atlanta Cleveland's going to be a good matchup. Atlanta beat
solid.
them last year.
Yeah.
So who knows what can happen.
That's
And-
true.
Payback.
And look, I've been seeing Benedict Mathurin tape in the offseason. He looks like a man on a mission.
Well, yeah, I said he needs
So-
to improve.
He's ready.
He's ready. I think, like I said, no Halliburton this year. The
This
guys
is
are going
his
to get
year.
so much confidence that when they played against the Celtics in the conference finals last year, Nembhard and Neesmith, the confidence they got from that series gave them the confidence this year, and I think they're going to get more confidence next year.
We got to see.
Most improved player of the year for Benedict Mathurin.
Yeah, that's possible.
maybe.
Brooklyn MPJ, but
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, has to. But do we have any final thoughts on the East before we get into the West?
No.
All right, let's get into the West, as Patrick Starr likes to say. West Group A. This is a doozy. We have the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Phoenix Suns, the Sacramento Kings, and the Utah Jazz.
Ugh.
So not necessarily a fully competitive group, but, Minnesota OKC gives us some really good matchups,
Yeah.
with the exception of Game
OKC
3
will
and
blow
5.
him out, bro.
Bro, it's regular season. Remember?
Yeah, exactly.
Anthony Edwards had a game-winning block on Shea at the end of
That was
last
crazy.
season. It was really nice.
That was crazy.
So anything can happen there.
Yeah.
So, not too much of a bad group. I would still favor OKC to get out of it.
Yeah.
But you never know. West Group B. This is another interesting group. We have the Dallas Mavericks, the Los Angeles Clippers, the Los Angeles Lakers.
Ugh.
So you got Luca and the Dallas Mavericks back in the same group.
That's pretty crazy.
The Memphis Grizzlies and the New Orleans Pelicans.
That's a massive toss-up.
Interesting. It's a
Massive toss-up.
very interesting group.
They're all 5 teams are all dependent when healthy.
Yeah.
A lot of them get hurt.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis is injury prone. No Kyrie.
Yeah.
Kyrie's not going to be able to play in this
No.
NBA Cup, by the way.
So that means it could really go to any team.
We all know Kawhi and his injury stuff. Harden, same thing. LeBron and Luka, same thing. Ja Morant, same thing.
Pelicans
The
might mess around and win this.
The Pelicans, who
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah.
Pelicans made it out of their group the first year.
They did.
So it could happen again. You ready for the final group?
This is probably the best group. Let's hear it.
We got all the
Without
good teams.
a doubt.
Yeah.
This group
Texas.
is insane.
Yeah.
The Denver Nuggets,
Yeah.
the Golden State Warriors,
Oh, yeah.
the Houston Rockets, the Portland Trailblazers, and the San Antonio Spurs.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Dude.
That's crazy.
Dude, all 5 teams, like, it would not shock me if all 5 of these teams wind up in the playoffs.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's how
Portland in the
bro,
playoffs.
you
In the
saw
play-in.
when Portland
play in.
when Portland closed the season last year after they finished they didn't really tank, but from like February up until April, the Blazers were on a tear. I mean,
Yeah, remember that?
there were
I do.
talks of the Blazers overtaking Phoenix and who got the last spot? Was it the Kings?
Dallas.
Oh, it was Dallas. Yeah, it was Dallas to make it into the play-in. I think Portland could make the playoffs next season. It's very much possible.
Don't make the play.
They'll definitely make the play-in at worst, but they could definitely mess around and get
Yeah.
a top 6 seed.
I know.
You never
yeah,
know.
that's fair.
So
We'll see.
So yeah, those are the NBA Cup groups. I guess just the final thing. Just give me a way too early finals matchup in the NBA Cup. So one East and one West team.
Okay.
Who you got and who wins?
Ooh.
It's tough to gauge, but just give it a good old shot in the dark.
I got the Rockets
Okay.
coming out of the West.
Yeah.
Don't forget, this is like in the beginning of the season, so we gotta see who's starting off really hot.
Who starts out hot? Exactly.
Very good point.
But the Rockets could start off hot. You never know.
I think the Rockets will come out.
That's not a bad choice. I'll stick with.
Who's the East team, Joe?
You want me to say that first before you say
Yeah,
Yeah,
do
say
your
your
do your
East
full finals first.
Rockets and Sixers.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's go.
He's such a loser.
All right. Sixers are losing all 4 games. I know he's gonna pick the Sixers to win it. So Anthony, just tell us your matchup.
I'll go Spurs.
Okay.
I was thinking them.
I'll go Spurs because again, it's whoever's hot starting off the season.
Yeah.
Spurs. I mean, the Knicks have to start off hot to be in the season, right? I'll go Knicks and Spurs.
It could, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I low key
I like the Knicks pick.
might go for take. I might go for take 2 and say the Magic get out of the East again because I had them going there last year.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go for the Magic in the West. Good God, I have no idea.
It's anybody.
Say Denver.
No, Denver's never locked in for this tournament. I'm gonna go. I was gonna go the Warriors, but I think I'm gonna lean towards. I think I might agree with you, Gio. I think I might go Houston or I'll go OKC.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
and
to be
then-
different.
But I'm thinking the Magic are gonna win.
Okay.
I'm gonna go take 2 for that again.
I'm gonna go Sixers with a dub.
Okay, yeah, definitely. So congratulations, Sixers, on going 0-4 in the NBA Cup. Let's go.
That'd be
Amazing.
crazy.
It would be funny if they lose to the Nets, bro. I don't know what to tell you, but.
Yeah.
We've reached the end of our, news roundup segment. Are you guys ready to grade some free agency moves?
Yeah, let's rock.
Into the main segment, guys. It's time to grade some free agency signings. Hindsight, we should have done this last week, but it is what it is. Who gives a rip? But obviously, we're going to go through all 30 teams if they had made signings or not, because not all of them did. And we'll just we'll give them, just necessary grades out of 10. I mean, do we want to grade these by each move, or do we want to grade them by team in general?
No, I said the way you had it set besides the teams.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you want to grade each move that
Yeah.
each team made?
Yeah.
No, each move that you had written down, not by team.
Right, okay. Because, teams made multiple moves is
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying.
fine. That's fine.
Do you want to grade each move they did, or do you want to
No,
grade the
just-
team?
Each move they did. Yeah. That's what I said. Each move you did. Yeah, not the team.
I say
But
you pick, bro, because it's hard for me to process what's
Okay.
going on over here.
Whatever you. That's fine. But you said you had a set order of the moves.
Yeah, I just have the order of the teams, and I have all the information
That's
here.
fine. You just do
Okay,
that. Just
so we'll just do that then. So we'll go through, and we have mostly signings. We have a couple trades that we didn't get to talk about and stuff like that. So let us know down in the comments if, y'all have any sort of gripes with our decisions. What would you grade some of these? And what was like the best free agency signing in your opinion? So guys, we ready to get underway?
Let's go.
All right, so let's start off with the Dallas Mavericks. We're going in the same order as we did our jersey tier list from Lance last year. So the Mavs only made one signing. So quick and easy for us. They signed D'Angelo Russell to a new contract. So
Yeah.
obviously coming over from Brooklyn, he now gets to at least play while Kyrie's out.
I forgot about this already.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Crazy, right? So what are y'all's thoughts on this?
Anthony, you can go first.
I think it's an ace signing. I really have no gripes against it at all. I think it's just a perfect placeholder right now.
How much is he making?
It's like a 2-year, $14 million deal.
That's solid.
Yeah, it's not bad. I have no gripes. Seriously. It's a great
Ice.
deal.
Ice in his veins. I love D'Lo. I think D'Lo's a great player. And
Nets
he's a good
legend.
addition. Good addition. Nets legend. Great addition to the Mavericks. I think when Kyrie comes back, outstanding backup point guard, right?
Yeah.
So I think this is A. I agree with you.
All right, yeah, I think for me, it's one of the better options you have on the market. I think I would have preferred Dennis Schroeder over D'Angelo Russell, but D'Lo is an all-star. We will respect that, and I think he'll fit in well with this team. They don't have Dinwiddie anymore, so I'll kind of just replace that role. I'll give it an
Yeah.
A-.
Okay.
Really nothing too crazy as far as that goes.
Yeah.
So that was the only signing. Obviously, they re-signed Kyrie and Exum and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So let's get into the next team. We're going to the Minnesota Timberwolves. They actually just re-signed everyone. They re-signed Naz Reid, Julius Randle, and Joe Ingles. So really everything they kind of needed to do. So I guess just what would you grade just the Timberwolves?
I mean, They could bring in some depth, but just they did what they needed to do.
Yeah.
That was really it.
I don't see why they would go away from those two guys, specifically Ingles and not Ingles, Reed and Randall.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they were great for you. You know what I mean?
I mean,
So-
they lost Nah, but nothing they could really do about that.
yeah.
They had to keep either him or Nas. Randall
Yeah.
was staying regardless, especially after the way he played in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
So
Nas
totally
was the
fair.
better option, I would say,
Yeah.
to stay. So,
Yeah.
Right now,
I think,
the big market is very scarce.
Very
You got to keep them
scarce.
when you have them.
Yes.
So it's all good, and we'll
What
just.
do we rate this one?
I would grade them. You lost Nikhil Alexander-Walker. Give it a B plus.
Yeah.
I
They
think I'm agree with that.
Yeah, they could replace him. They could find a diamond in the rough. A rookie. Terrence Shannon, Rob Dylan.
Right.
Exactly.
like that.
Yeah, we'll know at some point regarding them.
Yeah.
So let's get into the next team. We have the Portland Trailblazers. Now,
Ooh.
they traded for Drew Holiday in the Anthony Simons trade. So they swapped out one guard for another. Obviously, Holiday's going to serve as that vet, that big voice in the locker room. And he's also going to play his butt off. He's going to, shoot threes from the corner. He's going to guard the opposing team's best player. And he's going to play, make, and facilitate. What do you guys think? Gia, we'll
was
start with
it.
you. Because they also bought out DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so this is interesting because I do like Anthony Simons. He's a younger player. He's more explosive than Holiday at this point. He's just, I don't know. He seemed like an up and coming player. But Drew Holiday is also good. And I guess I would say, what is Drew Holiday going to stay, first of all?
Yeah.
Can
And
I?
what are they going to get in return for him if he goes? That's that's my whole thing.
I add
go.
more context to the trade
Go
if
for
you
it.
guys didn't know about it.
Yeah.
They removed those 2 second-round picks that Boston got because of Drew Holiday's medicals.
Oh, okay.
Those second-round picks are no longer. It's just right now Simons and Drew Holiday
That's
straight
it.
up.
Straight up.
Straight one for one.
And
Portland had cap space, so they were able to make it
Also,
work.
Boston is actively trying to move Anthony Simons.
I kind of figured because
So-
he really serves no purpose there.
Those
Now,
are the 2 things.
whether they move him now or you move him in February, you could do that. But for Portland, I think Holiday has value there, and you'll probably get a
don't think
player.
so.
I don't know. Depends.
I think there's
Well-
plenty of great defenders on that team. I don't think you need to add another great defender. I mean, it's always good. You can never have too many great defenders, but I feel like Anthony Simons, he's more dynamic offensively, and I think that's what the Blazers need more so than defense. They have plenty of defense.
I disagree though,
do you
because I feel like they had too much of redundancy. Because remember, we saw what Shaedon Sharp did last year. I think he's going to essentially replace Simons in that role, and they obviously have Scoot Henderson, who's hopefully going to look a lot more confident as he progresses through his career.
I agree with you, but
Yeah.
the thing is, I don't think you should have gone out and gotten another guard that plays defense. You know what I'm saying? I think they
Right.
could have gotten something else instead of Drew Holiday.
He offers more than defense. He can shoot threes from the corner. He's a good playmaker.
He's streaky.
Yeah. I think you need
not
that
bad.
though.
Yeah,
You need a point guard because Scoot's not ready to start.
he should be at this point.
Yeah, give it some time.
He was a G League Ignite. It's a project pick.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
So if he went to college, it would be a different story, or if he played overseas elsewhere. But that's why G League Ignite folded, because they just the players weren't good enough. So it is kind of what it is. But what would you grade Portland's offseason? So they obviously traded
Yeah.
they traded for Drew, and they offloaded DeAndre Ayton.
I'll give it a C plus.
It's not bad. It's a solid B.
I'll give it a
Didn't really
B
do
as
much.
Yeah, I'll give it a B as well. I think it was pretty solid. I think he's a piece that can get them to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay, he is a vet.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly, and this is
Good
like
bet.
the end of his career. He could be playing to get himself to a contender again, to get a
Yeah.
third ring,
True.
which would be insane if he got one. So shout out Drew Holiday. Let's get into the next team. We're going down to San Antonio for the Spurs. They did one thing, or they did two things actually. They signed Luke Cornett, and they traded for Kelly Olynyk.
Just that's it.
That's it. That's all they did. So your thoughts?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's an A plus regardless because the draft they won. Harper and Carter Bryant. We're not going to talk. I mean, that's
We'll do the
also
offseason
part of the
later on,
offseason.
yeah.
But Cornette and Kelly are great additions. I have no gripes. That's an A offseason.
Yeah,
They did what they do.
I think it's good to collect all the bigs, but I don't think it's an A worthy.
No, they didn't need to do much.
I guess I'm more of a critical judge. I'll give it a B plus maybe.
Yeah, it's not bad.
But yeah, I mean, two solid centers, I guess you could say. So
Yeah.
I'll give it a B.
I mean, look, you have one that, I mean, we saw what he did Game 5 against the Knicks, where he literally scarred Stephen A. The way he was grabbing those boards, and he called him the second coming of Bill Walton, God rest his soul.
It's hilarious.
And you counterbalance that with a stretch 5.
Yeah.
Kelly Olynyk can shoot the 3. He could do a lot. And ever since he left Miami, he kind of found more confidence when he kind of took over that role in Detroit for that short period of time. And I think he's a really solid player. I think he's quite underrated. And I'm really bummed we couldn't see him with Zion for more than like 16 games or however many games they played together. But I think this was as great of an. I mean, you made all those acquisitions from the beginning of the year to now. You still have Vassell, you still have Keldon Johnson, you still have Castle, and you still have Dylan Harper.
Very true.
They made the right choice not trading for Kevin Durant because he was going to rush that process too much, and you're going to have to give up a lot more to Phoenix than what Houston wound up giving up. So for me, this is an A- offseason. I think the Spurs are looking really solid going forward.
Okay.
So not bad there. Let's get into the next team. We're going to the Boston Celtics. So they've done a lot here. They obviously acquired Anthony Simons and Georges Niang in both the Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis trade. They also signed Luka Garza and Josh Minott from Minnesota. So what do we think about Boston?
Not too
I
great.
mean, it's a C. Just the stuff they got back for KP and Drew Holiday
Yeah.
is not pleasing at all. I mean, Simons
like
is fine.
Simons.
Simons is fine, but if
Yeah.
they're looking to move him, we have to see what they get to get back. Luke Cornett leaving is bad. Horford leaving too is bad.
Horford's leaving,
Well, we don't know. He's still free agent.
most likely.
So they talked to Brad Stevens today or yesterday, whenever they
He
talked to
said
him.
he was leaving.
He said it's very unlikely that he comes back.
Yeah.
So he's right now deciding between the Nuggets, the Warriors, and retirement.
Go to the Nuggets, man.
They don't need him. They have Valanciunas.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
trade Valanciunas, man.
they
Horford's
just traded
better.
for him, yeah.
Horford's better.
I mean, yeah, it's a C. It's just not great.
For me, it's like what Boston needed to do was get under the apron.
Yeah.
And they did that. So Tatum's out. So punt this year.
Yeah.
Who know you can get a top pick. They have their own first. So they can tank if
Exactly.
they want to. I think this was a good offseason for them because you got off of both of the expiring deals, the ones that were kind of holding you hostage. And I think, look, you can give Garza and Minott the minutes they need now that Cornette's gone.
Yeah.
And honestly, this was a good offseason for the Celtics, I think.
Wow.
I would probably rate this a B+.
Oh, wow.
Because they financially stabilized themselves. They needed to do it.
Yeah, that was the biggest.
And you
thing.
kept Jaylen Brown, which is what I wanted them to do, as well as Derek White. So did you
I would've
already
traded him, but-
did you already grade yours, Gio?
Yeah, I gave him C+.
Okay, that's fair. Could have been worse,
Yeah.
I suppose. All right. So let's get into the next team. We're heading down to Florida. We're going to talk about the Orlando Magic. So obviously they had re-signed Mo Wagner. We already knew this. Traded for Desmond Bane, but in free agency they signed their backup point guard in Tyus Jones. So obviously stunk it up in Phoenix last year. So
Yeah.
gets a new opportunity in a much weaker conference on a much better team. What do we think of this acquisition specifically, Gio?
So they got Tyus Jones, you said?
That was their free agency signing.
So wait.
That's it.
You said Phoenix?
Orlando.
Orlando.
Yeah, Orlando. He's on a better team than Phoenix, right? Because
Okay.
Orlando's better.
So he's on Orlando. Tyus Jones on Orlando. Who else you said?
They obviously re-signed Mo Wagner. And they
Re-signed Mo
traded for Desmond Bane.
Got it. A. Just because of Desmond Bane.
Yeah,
That's the only reason.
That's
Other than
fair.
that, I don't care about Tyus Jones. Like,
Yeah.
you're cooked, buddy.
yeah.
I don't care about the other guy.
No, Mo
I mean,
Mo
Mo
Wagner's
Wagner's solid.
Mo Wagner's good, yeah.
You're right. He's a solid big guy.
Yeah,
But Desmond Bane alone, A. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at
yeah.
They have depth. Tyus Jones may not beat Anthony Blackout. We'll have to
No,
see.
definitely not.
But yeah, their depth on the bench is great, and Bane was a needed scorer. So again, I would say A. They did everything they needed to do. Just roll back with the same team.
Yeah, for me, it's hard. I think the Tyus Jones contract's kind of bad. They didn't really need him. I would give
No.
that like a C.
Yeah.
The Desmond Bane trade is quite clearly an A when you look at the person you traded him for, freaking KCP.
Exactly.
So that's like a humongous luxury to have.
Yeah.
So I mean, Tyus Jones is making $7 million. So he got about
What the
half
hell?
the MLE.
That's crazy.
That's nuts,
I'm
right?
surprised he's still getting that.
But hey, I guess shout out, bro.
Yeah.
But
All right.
Anthony, you can probably beat Tyus Jones one-on-one.
I could.
No, that's crazy.
let's not get
disrespect.
crazy.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
let's not get crazy there. So let's get into the next team. We're about like 15 minutes in because we were yapping for the first 5.
Yeah.
Let's go to the Memphis Grizzlies, the team that they traded with. So obviously, they re-signed a bunch of players. They re-signed Santi Aldama. They extended Jaren Jackson Jr. And they re-signed a couple of like young two-way guys and stuff like that. And then obviously they brought in Cole Anthony and KCP in the whatchamacallit, Desmond Bane trade. And they just signed Ty Jerome and Jacques Landale.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Quite a lot.
It's an interesting offseason. I hope KCP can find that form in Memphis. We're still waiting on Cole Anthony because when we were live streaming, they were working on a buyout, and it's still yet to be finalized. So he may be staying. But then he gets the back, and Ty Jerome's there now, so it's tough because Cole Anthony could get a backup spot anywhere else.
Yeah.
Landale replaces Jay Huff, who got traded to Indiana.
Yes.
So that's perfectly fine. It's a solid offseason. They put back their guys, moved on from Bane. Solid B.
I agree.
We don't know if Jerome is going to replicate what he did in Cleveland last year.
I think he could.
Yeah, it's possible, but we don't know because it's a different team.
It's a different conference too.
Exactly.
Much worse team.
And if KCP is still the same player he was in Orlando, you have an issue there.
Yeah.
So it's a B just because what they got back and then the re-signings. It's a pretty good offseason.
Yeah, so they did a lot, but the lot that they did, I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. There's still some questions about that.
Right.
Ty
Jerome's on a decent contract. He's got $9 million a year.
Yeah, it's not bad.
That's pretty solid.
Great deal considering he was a runner-up for Sixth Man of the Year.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. I'll give it a B as well.
Yeah, I think for me, if I were to kind of segment this out, I think keeping Santi Aldama is great.
Yes.
You know, obviously that's like an A move. Jaren Jackson's about a B plus, considering he's injured now. The trade, you got 4 first-round picks. They're not the greatest picks, but you still got them. The Ty Jerome and Jacques Landale's good. I would give it a solid B.
Yeah.
I think Ty Jerome, that's a great contract he's going to be on.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Exactly, yeah. And I think it's like a slightly ascending contract, so he's not going to be making too much money going forward.
All right.
So not too shabby that.
Not at all.
Let's get into the next team. We're heading over to Sacktown. This is where things might get a little negative. So they obviously traded for Dario Saric, but he's going to get bought out. We don't have to talk about him. We're specifically talking about the point guard that they just acquired in Dennis Schroeder. As of right now, they just signed him outright. However, they're working with Detroit on doing a sign-and trade that could see Malik Monk get rerouted to the Pistons. We don't know for sure. So as of right now, we're grading it just off of Schroeder's signing with the Kings.
Right.
Just one signing. How do we feel, Gio?
I think Schroeder, anywhere he goes, he's a great addition, except for the Warriors. That didn't really work out too well. But anywhere he goes, he's a great competitor. He's a really pesky defender.
Yeah.
He's a really good, just like a floor general type of guy. He can score the basket. I think he's a great addition anywhere he goes. For that reason alone, this is an A-.
And he's also a
Nets legend.
legend. There we go.
Get me on this Nets legend train.
Hell yeah. Nets fans started that whole trend.
Yeah.
Because we had so many former players when Katie and Kyrie got here, like Nets legend, Damari Carroll and whatnot. What are your thoughts on this, Anthony?
Well, I'm a fan of Schroeder. I'm not a fan of the team he signed for.
Agreed. That's friggin' based as hell.
That is because, oh God, I really don't know. Right now, I mean, this team could pop off next year. Who knows? Because they're not bad. We don't know, but yeah. I mean, it's a great signing for them. Hopefully, this is their point guard for the next 3 years. Who knows? Because they're shifting point guards left and right there in Sacramento.
Yeah, at least he's finally on like a good contract.
I would get it's a B plus sign. It's a great if this was like Ty Jerome, I'd be like, this guy's career is over. But Schroeder's at the end of his career. It's fine to go there and just ride out the rest of your career. So it's
Does he have a chip?
Schroeder,
no.
Oh, he needs that.
Yeah,
I would give it in Sacramento.
I know.
This is it's a B plus signing. It's a great move.
I think honestly, like Sacramento, this was a great signing because he's stability.
Yeah.
This team's in shambles, and it's like my first thought when they signed him, like that's strange. He didn't play for the Bulls.
Yeah.
So obviously you're gonna lose DeRozan or Levine at some point this season. Yeah. They're probably gonna wind up trading Sabonis. It would probably likely wind up being Vooch just to continue the Bulls trend going. But
yeah, that's so true.
I think Dennis Schroeder is going to play his ass off in Sacramento. I think he's going to play really good basketball. I would give this an A signing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I think, and look, I'm
It's not
biased
bad.
because I just experienced Dennis Schroeder with the Nets. Loved every bit of that tenure he had.
Great player.
He's a great player. He plays his butt off every night on both sides of the ball. He's great with the young guys. I think he's really going to be beneficial to Keegan Murray this year if he sticks around. And Devin Carter he's going to mentor Devin Carter so damn well.
Oh yeah, he's still
So
there. Yeah.
I mean, I think Sacramento had a good last ditch effort. They could have done more. They should have traded DeRozan, but that's just the fact of the matter. They're probably going to wind up with Wiggins at some point because they're probably going to trade DeRozan to Miami.
Good.
So
Fair.
could wind up happening. So shout out Sacktown.
You heard it here first.
No, it's
Tyler.
from you, bro.
No, bro.
That is from you, bro. But speaking of Miami, let's talk about the Miami Heat.
Yeah.
I think that was a good segue into it. So obviously they re-signed Davion Mitchell. They traded for Fontecchio in the Duncan Robinson sign and trade. But the main thing we're going to talk about is acquiring Norman Powell in a 3-team deal with the Jazz and the Clippers. That was what it was. So Anthony, your thoughts? We obviously talked about the Norman Powell thing
did.
earlier. So how would you grade this trade specifically? Because the other two were just minute, nothing really too much about it.
Well, getting Norm and giving up pretty much next to nothing player-wise is a plus. Davion RFA re-signing is great. 2-year, $24 million deal wasn't bad. Getting Fontecchio from Detroit for Duncan is a replacement shooter, obviously. And also, a funny story, KD did want him on Phoenix. He told him in an interview that he wanted Fontecchio in Phoenix, and he was trying his hardest best to get him out there.
Crazy thing is, I don't even know who the hell that is.
Well, now you do.
That might be the most random thing, like wanting Simone Fontecchio on your team.
Maybe
What's
he
so good
gets-
about him?
Maybe he gets rerouted to Houston. I doubt it.
So the best thing he did in his career. Do you guys remember that game in 2023? Or it was either 23 or 24. The Warriors played the Jazz. It was when Poole was on the team. The Warriors played the Jazz. It was
on
in
the Jazz.
2023. And the Jazz were, it was like a tie game where they were down by 1. And Jordan Poole fumbled the inbounds pass. And Colin Sexton stole it, kicked it out to the corner. And Fontecchio cut right to the basket and got a wide open dunk at the buzzer.
Yeah. He's an Italian
I don't
legend.
remember that.
I don't know why I remember that. Because I remember that if you see
so
the
good.
move of Flight being like,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
that game.
It was
It was that game.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
So.
I will say, before the Norm trade, this was an average offseason.
Oh, very.
But
yeah.
getting Norm immediately skyrockets up to an A.
I would
me.
say an A. I mean, yeah, I think the move is definitely an A. But like, to be completely honest, Fontecchio is a downgrade on Duncan Robinson.
100%.
And Davion Mitchell, he had nowhere else to go. Like,
Yeah.
you traded for him, he was going to sign. Norman Powell, this is the scoring punch that they need to really help out Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo. And I really like the way this Miami Heat team's starting to form. They just need to start getting the seriousness back into them.
Yeah.
Because it's so strange how this was a team that made 2 finals in a span of 4 seasons.
Crazy.
And they were a 1 seed in 2022. That was how good they were, and that's a testament to Jimmy Butler, obviously.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see how Eric Spoelstra utilizes Norman Powell, but this is an A for me. What about you, Gio?
I'll give it an A-. We're
Okay,
on the same page with you guys. So
Okay.
I hope Norman Powell does his thing over there. So, yeah.
He's gonna come back to killing the Nets. I could already tell.
Yeah.
When he was in Toronto, bro, he terrorized us night in, night out.
Yeah.
At least we're not competing this time because we were trying to win when we last played him. So
Yeah, he
You
can
know.
give you 40 any night.
he's a microwave
Yeah.
and a half.
Yeah.
So shout out him, shout out the Heat. Let's transition to another team that had a very wacky offseason, the Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh, can we just
So
get this?
we don't need to talk about really anything aside from waiving Damian Lillard, and they signed Miles Turner and Gary Harris. So, well, I guess we'll mainly just talk.
Gary Harris.
Just talk about the Miles Turner because Gary Harris is just Gary Harris at this point. We'll talk strictly Miles Turner here.
Okay.
What do we think about this? Because this is really interesting.
Well, we did talk about it a lot already. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, the re-signings for all the players they brought back doesn't really move the needle for me. It's the same team, just plus Miles Turner.
Yeah.
It's a B off season because they did bring back a lot of guys. I will say that they were active, and active gets you good grades in free agency.
What would you grade the signing of Miles Turner though?
A B minus. You can't give it a C because it's Miles Turner.
Right.
But just the fit in Milwaukee is interesting overall. The way the team is going right now, same thing.
Right.
Giving up Dame is not good. They should have held on to him but I understand the situation, but just
They couldn't make the cap work.
yeah, that's their own problem. They should have did better in their jobs. That's why you guys are there to figure this out.
Right. But at the end of the day, Dame did want it.
Yeah, it's fine.
He wants to get to rehab now
Yeah.
and choose wherever he goes.
Yeah, I mean, Brooke Lopez leaving, Turner's the replacement's a major upgrade.
Oh yeah.
So that's why it's a B grade overall too. I'm gonna say B plus.
B minus now B plus.
No, B minus Turner signing, B plus overall grade for the off.
I'll just give it a B plus straight up.
Yeah.
I think overall.
It's tough, man. I really don't like this acquisition for the Bucks because, like, look, Giannis and Miles Turner is a great front court. Problem is Turner's not a good rebounder, and the problem is Turner's not a second option. This signing would have looked great if Chris Middleton was still on the team. This signing would have looked great if Damian Lillard was healthy and still on the team. Who do you have to look for now as a second option? Kyle Kuzma.
No way.
Dude, are you serious? Like, there's no way Giannis doesn't request out at some point, right? This
I'll take Gary Trent over Kuzma.
bro. I would take Ryan Rollins over Kyle
Yeah,
Kuzma at this
Ryan
current
Rollins
moment in
is
time.
good.
This is egregious to the highest order.
Yeah.
The Miles Turner signing is good in theory, but in this fit on the team, it's a C plus. I don't like it for them whatsoever.
Okay. All right. I have no problems with that. 'Cause I said
Because
it's a little weird.
It really is the same as Brooke Lopez. Both shoot the three very well and both barely average 4 rebounds a game. But Brooke Lopez had Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday, when he was playing at his best.
Yeah.
Miles Turner's going to have Gary Trent Jr. and Carl Kuzma.
Yikes.
Yeah.
It's going to be Giannis might win MVP this year based on how much ass he has to carry.
Nah, he's done.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. If he plays like he did in the Indiana series, bro, he
Yeah.
really freaking good.
Okay.
But so yeah, I'll give that a C plus. I guess their offseason is like a B minus step up, but I don't know. You lost Damian Lillard and you traded away your second best player ever for Kyle Kuzma. But I digress. Let's lift the spirits up a bit. Let's get to a good offseason. The Houston Rockets.
Oh, this is A plus.
This is
immediately
A
off the
plus.
bat.
Yeah, so
We have to
obviously
get into this.
they traded for Kevin Durant. They got Clint Capella and Dorian Finney-Smith. I mean, pretty great offseason if you ask me. One of the best that we've seen. So I'm just
Easy A plus.
easy A plus.
Great student.
Yeah.
Aced every test.
Yeah, they
It's the Rockets.
improved so many levels. They re-signed almost their entire team as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the bench
They kept everyone except for Jalen Green, right?
and Dylan Brooks
And
and Cam Whitmore.
Yeah.
That's it.
Cam
Right on.
Whitmore is gone.
Yeah, and Wizards.
Yeah. Remember
Yeah.
they traded him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, but he wasn't going to play anyways.
He was.
They didn't want him.
Yeah, there's so
like
much
Cam Whitmore.
depth.
So, and they re-signed Steven Adams as well. So yeah, that was a
Exactly.
quick, great offseason. Not much else. to do.
Overall, amazing.
Let's go to the New Orleans Pelicans. So obviously they traded for Jordan Poole, and they got Sadiq Bey in the deal, and they signed Kevon Looney from the Warriors. What do we think?
Yeah.
I actually like this move.
I did too.
I like
one?
Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole to the Pelicans is very interesting. I'm very intrigued to see how those two play together, Zion and Poole. So I like this. I'm gonna give this probably like a B plus, A minus. I'm gonna go with A minus.
Okay.
Just because I'm optimistic.
I'm gonna give it a B because I can't guarantee health with the Pelicans.
Oh gosh.
That's the only reason. So
Yeah, I'm interested in Poole because we know DeJounte Murray's going to be out for the year. We'll see when he comes back.
Yep.
Bringing in the Loon Man is great.
The Loon
the
Man.
Loon Man's
The
crazy.
Loon Man. And then Sadiq Bey, we still don't know what is going to happen with him. We're waiting for him to come back and see if he's still that old player he was.
Who knows?
But good moves all around. I'll give it a B.
Yeah, pretty fair.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the next team. We're going to the Utah Jazz. I mean, to be quite honest with you, they really did not do much. They just bought out Jordan Clarkson and they traded for Kyle Anderson, Kevin Love, and Yusuf Nurkic. So I guess for the tank, it's great.
Okay.
But
This is obviously just a C. We'll just leave it right in the middle.
yeah,
C.
leave it a C. This
Because
is
I
like
guess they're trying to tank.
this is like our lightning round. There's just
Yeah.
teams that have really obvious answers. This is like this is a C. I really can't even. You weren't able to trade Clarkson. That's crazy. Like
Yeah, I don't know why.
I thought the Knicks were gonna get him.
They signed him, yeah.
They did,
But they,
yeah,
but
but-
they bought him out, so he's a free agent. So you just sign him. That's it.
Yeah.
Like DeAndre Ayton. That was it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I mean, break up the core. The young players win. That's
Well,
the
yeah.
biggest thing.
like there's
The
no
whole young player team wins for them.
there's no core in Utah. They're just
No.
they're all just there.
Laurie Markkinen doesn't win though.
Yeah. Hopefully get him to a contender at
Yeah.
some point. Man.
Laurie Markkinen does not win.
So not too shabby. Let's get into the next team. We're going to Gio's favorite team, the Philadelphia 76ers.
They
so
didn't do much.
They didn't do much. The main thing we're going to talk about is that they signed Nets legend Trendon Watford from Brooklyn. So how would we grade? He's a point forward. There's like a highlight reel going around with him. He had a really good season with us. He had a good two years with us.
How long ago?
This is literally last year.
Oh, that was last year. Damn.
So
I mean, they re-signed Gordon and Lowry. They lost Yabusele to the Knicks. That was it.
we're talking about the acquisitions.
I know, but I'm just saying, yeah, they didn't really lose much.
So the acquisitions, I'm gonna give it.
It's a
C
C.
plus?
It's a C.
Yeah, I
it's
think.
not.
Yeah, I think Watford's going to be good for them. I think he'll hoop. I'll give it a B plus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not a bad-
Got some optimism for him.
I mean, I watched a lot of games of Trendon
yeah.
Watford. He was great in Portland. He was Cam Thomas's shooting or power forward in at LSU.
Okay.
So
Got
yeah,
it.
he'll be
Okay.
good. He'll
We'll
he'll
see.
function in well with Maxey and company. So not too bad at all. Let's get into the Phoenix Suns, the next team. They've done a lot. We're gonna just hyper focus here on the Mark Williams trade and the Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks acquisitions. We'll focus just on those three because the other were just minor moves that really aren't that important. So how would we grade the two trades from the Suns here in this offseason?
Well, just because the finalists for the trade were between the Heat and them, I think they got the better pool of players. Dylan Brooks is their 3-and-D guy. Green, we'll see what happens in a new team if he can fully thrive.
Right.
Mark Williams is a flyer because we don't know what's going to happen. But if he is healthy, it is a massive win.
I hope he hoops against the Lakers.
And they did get their center, hopefully. We'll see. So this is a B+, A- offseason. I would go B+.
I'm going A-,
I'm gonna disagree. I think the Heat package would have been better.
which was Wiggins.
It would, bro. Khalil Ware would have been the deal. That's instantly better than both Green and Dylan Brooks.
Mark Williams is pretty decent though.
Khalil Ware, I trust Khalil Ware more.
But they did draft Malawatch.
They did, yeah.
Right.
So they
It's
did
not that
save
bad.
themselves. They
They
did
did.
save
Yeah,
themselves.
I would give those trades B.
I give it A-.
Okay.
I like it. They got off of Kevin Durant.
They got
That
the
was
picks.
Nothing for them.
The picks are good,
The picks are good.
Yeah, the picks are good.
so that's why I give it a B instead of a C.
Okay.
I'm not overly enthralled with Phoenix's offseason. It was
So you don't like Jalen Green. You don't like Dylan Brooks. You
I don't
like
rate Jalen
Yeah, he
Williams.
knows. You know that.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to wait and see
So
until the season starts.
that's why the Rockets
like it.
offseason was so good because they got off Jalen Green for
Yeah,
Kevin Durant.
that's
like, bro,
true.
come on, what are we doing?
Yeah.
So let's get into the next team. We're going to Detroit basketball for the Detroit Pistons. So obviously they re-signed Paul Reed, but we're going to focus on for the grade. They signed and trade for Duncan Robinson, and they got Karis LeVert, another Nets legend, on the move. Gio, what would we grade these two signings?
Can you say that one more time?
They signed and traded for Duncan Robinson, and they signed Karis LeVert.
I mean, listen, they strengthened the bench, so I think it's an A, because all they needed was to strengthen that bench, because the starting five's kind of set.
Right.
You got some shooting in Duncan, right?
Yeah, and LeVert.
Yeah.
But Malik Beasley is the lone.
It screwed them up completely.
So Duncan is that replacement.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of take what you can get. LeVert's a nice throw in, of course.
Yeah.
I think it's an A. I think you did what you could with what you had.
I agree with that.
That's fair, yeah.
I agree with that.
I'm gonna give it a B just because they were waiting on Malik Beasley, and when all that stuff came out, they kind of panicked and everything was too late.
Yeah.
So they could have gotten other guys, like they could have got Luke Kennard, but it was too late at that point. So that's why I give it a B. They put all their eggs in one basket and didn't wind up working out. So unfortunate there for Detroit, but we digress. Let's go over to probably the busiest, craziest team in the offseason. Golden State Warriors have done nothing.
C.
That's it.
Nah, bro, F.
F.
They've done jack. They've done absolute nothing.
We're waiting on Kuminga. We still don't know what's going on. So F right now.
Even still, he would have been a re-signing, so it wouldn't have counted.
Yeah.
So we're really focusing on the new acquisitions.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll just quickly move away from the Warriors nonsense. That is an F. Do something. But Let's go to a team that also had a catastrophic offseason, the Indiana Pacers. They only did one thing and one thing only. They traded for Jay Huff, who is 7'2" and can shoot the lights out.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
He was the backup center for Jokic, or like the third string center for Jokic in 2023.
Yeah.
So he's a champion.
He's gonna start, and he's a fun watch.
Oh, they
actually.
also brought back James Wiseman.
Yeah, 2-year deal for him.
So, but what do we think of the Jay Huff trade?
I mean, you
guy.
found the replacement for now. It's a B- because it's not Miles Turner replacement level.
Yeah, there's not a big sample size on this play.
Yeah, but we don't know.
We don't really know, right?
I think it's a great trade. It's a
great
good
trade.
acquisition. He's better than some of the other centers that are available.
Is he
still
white?
On the market.
He is
yeah.
white.
I think I know who.
He's a white shooter. He's really good. He had a good
He's
last.
not that good,
first year.
bro. Calm
He had a
down.
good last first.
He had a good little insanity run on the
Yeah.
Grizzlies last year.
Yeah,
He was
a
playing-
little
he was
bit in
hooping.
the beginning.
He's
he's-
mid,
but, like, I
bro.
try-
mid at best.
He's
Mid
better
at
than
best.
he's better than Alex Len. He's better than Bol Bol. He's better than Bismack Biyombo.
Yes.
So I'll give this. The Pacers offseason was bad, but this acquisition I'll give an A-. They gave
Really?
they gave up a second-round pick for him.
Yeah. And Wiseman
I
coming
would
back.
take a second round
is-
pick over this guy.
No, I would not.
He's fine.
This guy's 7'2".
Yeah,
Huff is that big.
he's
He doesn't look that big. Okay,
He's ginormous.
I'm gonna give it like a B.
Okay, that's fair. Not bad at all. Let's get into the next team, the Los Angeles Clippers. So obviously we know they traded for John Collins and they signed Brooke Lopez. So those are the only two we're going to talk about here. So just we're not grading the offseason, we're grading the acquisitions. So what would you grade those two acquisitions for the Clippers?
Well, I mean, you sold me now on John Collins, and
Yeah.
Lopez is a great addition. So this is an A.
Your mic's speaking a little bit, by the way.
Both signings are great. So I'm gonna give it an A.
I think the John Collins one stands out a lot more.
Of
Brook
course.
Lopez is older. I don't know. He can provide really good bench minutes,
He could, yeah.
but Collins is definitely the big guy here. I think I'll give it an A-.
Yeah, I think the Brooke Lopez, it's good. They didn't really need him. I think they just
No.
wanted to clog the market up a little bit more. So I'll give the Brooke Lopez one like a B+. John Collins is getting an A from me. I understand it hurt losing Norman Powell, but John Collins will solve a lot of problems. He'll work really well with James Harden.
Okay.
Gonna get that man paid
Fair.
because he's on an expiring contract. I think
Well,
we
it's
got one, or he's on either one more year
2
or
year.
2 years.
2
Okay,
years says, yeah.
which I think he can opt out. And,
Okay,
and they
fair.
can pay him. So shout out John Collins.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the next team. I know we took a little bit too long on the early teams, so we'll just kind of motor through the rest of these. The Charlotte Hornets.
Oh,
So
they were active.
they signed Spencer Dinwiddie, Mason Plumlee. They traded for Colin Sexton and Pat Connaughton. So what do we think of this?
They did a lot.
They did a lot.
Listen,
I like it.
uh,
They got some vets in there.
Yeah.
that's
well,
the
kind
massive.
of.
Well, Dinwiddie, right?
Yeah.
Connaughton, Who was the other guys?
Sexton,
Sexton and
Plumlee.
Plumlee.
It's
I like Sexton.
Sexton is the biggest one, of
Yeah.
course. Just for Connaughton, Dimity, Plumlee, it's great, but it clogs up minutes for the younger guys they have on that team. I think you would want to see the younger guys a little more. Sexton is great. That's an A move, because you give him Nurkic.
That's an A+ trade. That's like
That's an A+
beautiful.
trade.
Like
So overall,
Yeah.
what do you give it?
It's a B off season, but
B+.
Sexton is an A+.
I say B+.
yeah, Sexton's an A+. Everything else is kind of like a B.
Yeah.
So I guess that'll
it's-
average out to a B+.
Yeah.
Sort of A-, somewhere around
Yeah.
that range. It's not bad.
Alright.
Could be worse, but it's not bad.
Yeah.
So let's get into the next team. We have the Toronto Raptors. So really the only thing they did besides re-signing Jakob Poeltl, but we're not talking about that, is they signed Sandro Mamukelashvili from the Spurs. So
I guess a C.
mid,
It's
yeah.
mid.
See, he's not going to play
That's
much.
it.
We'll give it a C.
Yeah.
He had one good game last year with the Spurs. That was about it.
Yeah.
So shout out Mamu. I think he went to Seton Hall.
He did.
So
Yeah.
shout out a Jersey legend. But let's just quickly move in to probably another one of the best off seasons that we've had in the Atlanta Hawks.
Oh, this is an A+.
Sign and trade for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. You sign Luke Kennard. You trade for Tingus Pingus. A+.
Yeah.
One of the best.
Easy.
All around.
I think every move was honestly an A+.
Yeah. No qualms at all.
Yeah. I think Kristaps Porzingis is better than Capella. You get the shooting with both of the guards, and you get the defense with Alexander Walker. So to me, that's an A+, one of the best, if not the best, offseason.
100%.
So
Yeah.
That was a quick and easy one. Let's just keep the good off seasons coming along. We got the Denver Nuggets up next.
Another
They
A+.
obviously traded for Cam Johnson, and by getting rid of the MPJ contract, they were able to sign Bruce Brown, and they were able to trade for Jonas Valanciunas, and they just signed Tim Hardaway Jr.
Yeah.
Tommy Alter had both of them, CJ and Hardaway, on Young Man in the Three, and he asked them, "What are you most looking forward to playing with Jokic?" Their faces lit up, and Cam Johnson said, "I'm just happy I don't have to play against him anymore."
Cam and Tim Hardaway?
That sounds
Yeah, them both on. So
Listen,
This is A+ for me.
A plus.
I mean, they have a Knicks legend in Tim Hardaway, and they have 2 Nets legends now.
Yes, sir.
So,
Look, we
it's an A+.
we doubted Kroenke, we doubted Ben Tenzer, and we doubted John Wallace. So far, they are proven to be absolute
Listen,
units
right now,
in the front office.
they are revolutionizing their sports industry, and because Tyler knows what they're doing with Arsenal right now,
Yeah.
and they are about to revolutionize Arsenal as well.
Okay.
Their soccer team. I'm an Arsenal fan, but they finished off Denver. Now they're focusing on Arsenal, and it's going to be
Don't worry.
they're going to be really set.
Don't worry.
for
They'll
the
finish
next-
second again. It's okay.
I know.
Yeah.
No, but they're investing a lot of money, specifically in the soccer team.
Yeah.
But they did well here for NBA terms.
Okay.
Yeah.
friendly
I'd still
rivalry.
take Verts, Frimpong, and Kirkhez, but it's okay.
I know, but
You know,
listen,
you know.
you gotta listen. You gotta compete.
You got to compete, and at the end of the day, the Nuggets are doing that.
Yeah.
So, let's get into the next team. We got the Washington Wizards. So
A lot of
they just did all trades. So they traded for CJ McCollum, and it's kind of really it. Who did they get? Who did Kelly Olynyk get traded for again? It was Malachi
Branham.
Branham, and so really, it's just
Cam Whitmore too.
CJ.
let's just talk about CJ and Cam Whitmore. Just those two.
It's
What would rate
okay.
those moves?
I like Cam Whitmore. CJ is getting old, but he can still score the basketball.
Yeah.
So I'll give it a B.
It's a B because Cam Whitmore didn't give it much for.
That's fair. You know what?
CJ is fine.
He's old. He's not gonna really do much.
I give it an A purely for the fact that CJ McCollum put us in this CBA. So they punished him by sending him to the worst team in the league. Let's
Can't do
go.
that. What's your honest rating?
Now, honest rating, I don't know why they did this, to be fair.
They don't need CJ.
I think I wanted them to keep Jordan Poole, but I would give the CJ trade like a B minus.
Yeah,
And
they
the
did.
Cam Whitmore, I don't rate Cam Whitmore.
like
I don't think he's that good. So I would give it like a B plus.
Okay, it's a B off.
That's fine.
It's a B. Yeah, they're B moves. It's
There's a reason he fell that far in the draft and why he got traded in year 2.
Well,
and they had
yeah.
no shooting guards on the
he
roster.
is a summer league like MVP, but like
Yeah,
that's all you can
but,
do.
So was Lonzo Ball.
So was Jalen Wilson. That's legend
Yes,
Jalen Wilson.
Jalen
So
Wilson, yeah,
there you go.
exactly.
Let's get into the next team. We have got the Chicago Bulls.
How many more teams we got?
Like 3 or 4.
No, we have how many more teams we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 more.
Yeah.
We got to blaze through these here.
Yeah, these
blaze through 'em, we're
These are
good.
regular.
So who are we on? I said the
Chicago.
Chicago Bulls. The only thing they did was trade for Isaac Okoro. So what do we think of this? Obviously, they got rid of what's his face,
Lonzo.
Lonzo. So what do we
Yeah.
think about Isaac Okoro on the Bulls?
I don't really know.
Not
To be
nothing crazy.
honest.
I think he might hoop.
You think so?
He could.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the trade is great. The acquisitions are kind of similar for guys that are kind of like on the bottom barrel of the teams. I'll give it a straight up B. B minus.
Yeah, I actually like this trade a lot for Chicago in the sense that Lonzo wasn't really going to do much for you because you have Kobe White, and at some point you'll extend Josh Giddey. So
Yeah, exactly.
Lonzo just didn't really need to be there anymore. Get him to a spot where he's more comfortable. And Isaac Okoro needed to kind of, I think he also kind of plateaued out in Cleveland. I think he's going to get a fresh start. And look, here's the deal with Okoro on the Bulls. You go there, you hoop your butt off, you'll just wind up on the Sacramento Kings next year. So
That's true.
who knows? I give that trade an A minus.
A minus. Wow.
Yeah, I'd like to move for
It's
it.
not a bad trade.
Yeah.
I agree with the B. I'll give it a B.
That's fair. All right, 5 teams left. Let's go to the New York Knicks.
Oh, this is A.
So they did 2 moves. Let's grade each move. They obviously signed Jordan Clarkson and they signed Gershon Yabusele.
Chef's kiss.
Honestly, it is an A.
This is an A.
Yeah, I would give it an A, not an A plus,
Not an A plus.
not an A plus.
The
'Cause
band-
that starting lineup is still not great.
I think
mean,
Mike
it's
Brown's going to
good.
do a lot.
They just need big guy.
Mike Brown's going to do a lot.
He's gonna
And
do a lot, but no one's gonna save that defense, bro.
This bench upgrade, you went from Cam Payne to Jordan Clarkson and Precious Achiuwa to Gershon Yabusele.
Yeah, it's huge.
Very good.
I have no qualms.
This was better than the Knicks last offseason.
It is.
Without
Yeah.
a doubt. I give the Yabusele is an A. Wonderful. Jordan Clarkson, I don't know. He hasn't played meaningful basketball in a while.
I'm
It's a
fine.
very
I
long
think he's
time.
gonna be good.
I'm gonna give it a B plus, just out of safety.
How old is Clarkson? Just curious.
I'll look it up right now.
He's in his early 30s.
He is 33.
Oh wow. Okay.
He's getting
He's
old.
on the cusp of mid 30s.
He already spent all his VC, so
Yeah.
He might have like 1 or 2 good more years.
yeah. But that's the thing. He's gonna get a little flyer deal with the Knicks, and if it doesn't work out, he'll get
I
moved.
think we're gonna love him there.
Oh, you will for sure.
And Yabusele, we're gonna love even more.
Yeah, Yabusele, you're gonna love.
I love
That
Yabusele.
fan base is gonna adore him. So, shout out to the Knicks, I guess.
Yeah.
So let's move into the defending champions, the OKC Thunder. They also did honestly nothing.
Just re-signed.
They just extended SGA, Chet, and Jay Will.
And AJ Mitchell.
Right, but it's
fine.
AJ Mitchell, and
Hey.
they're presumably going to do the same thing to J Dub.
So it's an A, honestly.
Yeah.
A plus. You won a championship. You got SGA for $80 million less than he was going to get. Amazing.
Nothing you really need to do. Yeah.
Exactly. Shout out OKC. They did very well for themselves. So we have 3 teams remaining. So let's get into the Los Angeles Lakers. Also,
Oh
pretty
my
much
goodness.
did next to nothing. They signed Jake LaRavia, and then they signed DeAndre Ayton. So what would you rate each of those moves?
I mean, Ayton is an A because they found their center.
Mm-hmm.
Laravia, I really don't know.
I don't care. about him.
That is a B
Yeah.
minus C plus signing.
That's like a D. He's not going to do anything for them.
I really don't.
And
I
even,
like the Ayton.
I don't even like the Ayton signing, bro. Bro,
He's a solid center.
It's okay.
dude, we've had concerns with DeAndre Ayton's mentality, and now you're on a team with LeBron
course.
James.
Of course,
That
there's
is true.
concerns,
I
but
don't like the
he's-
fit at all.
He's still a
I
solid
think
center.
I think he's gonna come around and not be that soft guy anymore.
Oh, he's definitely going to stay soft, 1,000%.
All right.
I give the Ayton move like a B minus at
Oh, wow.
best. I don't like the fit.
Okay.
I think Ayton needs to go to a team that's got dogs on it already. That's why I think Indiana would have worked better,
That's true.
because
I would've
guys
liked
like
that.
Aaron Nesmith would not tolerate that type
yeah.
of mentality. So we'll see how we get. I mean, for me, with Ayton, it's more so the LA fans,
That too.
because they're going to eat him alive.
I agree.
So
We'll see.
very underwhelming Lakers offseason, which I love. I just
I
love
think it's a
laughing
B
at them.
plus.
That's fair, I suppose.
It's not bad. Yeah.
It really depends on what. I mean, I think LeBron opting in really screwed them over,
Yeah.
because now you don't know. And
Yeah.
I think there's like an unknown with that. So we'll see, kind of going forward. Our penultimate team, the best team in the NBA, the Brooklyn Nets. Let's go. So obviously we obviously had re-signed Daron Sharp, Zaire Williams. That's fine, but we traded for Terrence Mann in the Porzingis trade, and we traded for Michael Porter Jr. Anthony, what would we grade each of those moves?
Well, listen, both of those trades also came with first round picks from both.
Bless you.
Bless you. Man,
Say bless you in the comments.
Man is interesting. Gio used to love him. Now he doesn't love him. We'll see what happens. Defender. MPJ is the real showstopper here. This is like the next coming of LeBron James for the Nets.
Yeah.
We're still waiting on Cam Thomas. Hopefully that gets done, but that's not done yet.
Yeah, I'm getting concerned. I'm not gonna
But
lie.
well, all the RFAs aren't signed, so don't get too concerned.
Right, yeah.
So, MPJ is gonna light a fire. Tom's gonna be happy watching Nets basketball next season. Finally has a player he could actually like.
Dude, I wanted us to draft that man.
So
Oh,
I
I'm so
give
excited.
both trades are A's because they both got first round picks as well attached, and the players are not gonna make them worse at all. I think Terrence Mann could add a lot of valuable minutes if he is
Yeah.
locked in, and MPJ we already know is the player he is.
What would
We'll
you
see.
What would you grade the signings, Gio?
I like it a lot. I'm excited to see MPJ in Brooklyn. So for that reason alone, this altogether is an A minus.
Okay, fair. Yeah, I think the man trade, it's okay. I'm not overly thrilled by it.
Yeah.
But he's Brooklyn born, so I'll give that like a B.
That's cool.
MPJ, A plus.
Oh wow.
Because not only were we able to get a guy like him who could break out like Larry Markkinen did 2 years ago in Utah, we got a first round pick for Cam Johnson. That was what we wanted at first, because we now have 10 firsts for Kevin Durant. That's huge. So easy A plus for that. That'll average out to an A minus,
Yeah.
whatever you want to do. I think it was a great offseason for the Nets, and hopefully the draft picks turn out to be good.
Yeah.
I'm starting to have a lot more faith in Yegor Demon now that I've
Yeah.
seen more tape and kind of relaxed. I just wish we got him at 19 instead of 8.
Right.
Because imagine we had him and Malawach.
That would be nice.
Dude,
That would have been. Well, I'd be saying that's the best class they've ever had.
would have been great. But, it is what it is. And let's get into the final team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, Gio's all-time favorite team.
The sellers, the frauds.
Hey, they beat the 73-9 Warriors, bro. Just saying.
Yeah.
But
I'm talking about this year.
But still, though, it's the Cavs. But they made 2 signings, or technically 1 signing, 1 trade. They got Lonzo Ball, and they signed Larry Nance Jr.
I like this a lot.
So how would you grade both of these acquisitions, G?
I love the Lonzo Ball signing after they lost. What's that guy's name?
Ty Jerome.
Ty Jerome.
Yeah.
But and I like the Larry Nance signing as well. I think honestly,
It's a big man.
Lonzo Ball is going to resurrect his career, and I think it's going to be it's going to end up being an I want to say A-. I want to say A- acquisitions here.
I know that hurt you saying that
Why?
because you don't like the Cavs.
I don't.
But look, they had themselves a pretty productive offseason. Look, losing Ty Jerome sucks. It happens. But we saw how he played against Indiana. I'd be okay with that if I'm a Cavs fan. Lonzo Ball, this could be the start of something really good.
Yeah.
He could resurrect his career, stuff like that. And Larry Nance Jr., there's something poetic about a guy going to a team that your father played for. Wearing the same exact number. And I
He
think
played for them before.
we did, yeah.
He
But
did.
I'm talking about at least going back.
He's going back.
So I think that's a great signing. Larry Nance Jr. can shoot now. He's one of the bounciest white guys I've ever seen in my life.
He's not white. He's light.
Well, yeah, you know what I mean. Light skin. He's just so bouncy. He glides in the air.
Yeah.
I would give the Lonzo Ball trade an A-. I'd give the Larry Nance Jr. signing an A.
Wow.
Because they needed a good backup center behind Jared Allen. They really didn't have that. So now you don't have to play Mobley at the 5 at all. Huge.
Yeah.
Love that. Better than
Good
Tristan
point.
Thompson.
Good point.
So
Yeah.
what about you, Antoine?
Yeah, no qualms. Lonzo replacing Jerome is great if he is healthy. We know this already.
Big if.
And then giving up Okoro is nothing major. He didn't play meaningful minutes for them at all,
Yeah.
which was
Acquisition.
rough. Okoro?
Small
No,
forward.
we're talking about the acquisition.
Oh,
Yeah, we're talking about the
I
acquisitions.
thought you were saying what position was he playing?
No.
No.
Larry Nance is great. I've always loved Larry Nance. Going back to Cleveland is great in a time where they're hopefully going back to the playoffs and maybe a championship. And the backup center minutes are going to be great for him because they need a backup center.
Yeah, that was
so
something necessary.
They're both A moves. So, average that to an A.
They have a really underrated big man room. Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, now
That's
Larry Nance Jr.
They're good.
They're
I think
good, man.
everyone knows they're good.
Yeah, Evan Mobley, he's just scratching the surface, just like Chet.
Oh yeah.
Make
No,
a
I
lot.
think Mobley's better than Chet. But
I don't know. It's really hard for me to say that. Chet and Wemby are like the two. They're going to be like duking it out their whole
I think in
career.
terms of the ceiling, Chet is better. I think right now Mobley's
Oh, obviously, yeah, Mobley's better because he's improving. He has the DPOY.
right.
So, there you go. So, yeah, that concludes our free agency segment. Went a little bit longer than we had thought, but you know what? It's all right. It happens. It is what it is. Do we have any sort of final thoughts regarding the free agencies?
Nah, but it's literally 12 a.m.
That's actually crazy. It's midnight.
It's crazy.
Damn, that's wild. But let us know down in the comments what you would grade some of these signings. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of episode number 65 of the Floor Spacer Podcast. Gio, we got G of the Week, and we got the word for the people to comment. What do we got?
I got you right now. G of the week is my dad because he came through in the clutch, fixed our what's he call this? This Midas?
The mixer.
The mixer. He fixed the
Yeah.
mixer. He got the whole software, hardware thing done.
Yeah.
And we're back, baby. So he's the G of the week.
Yes, sir.
The word we're going to comment is Mike
Mike.
because that's his name.
M-I-K-E.
M-I-K-E. Mike.
Shout out.
Shout out Mike.
Shout out Mike Squiteri.
Isn't that funny? He does this for a living and his name is Mike.
Mike microphone. Yeah.
Exactly,
I get
right?
it.
So it's
See?
kind of cool the way that works
It's
out.
kind of goated.
So comment down Mike because it was also his birthday yesterday. So big
Happy
shout out to
birthday.
him.
Happy birthday. So, yeah, comment Mike. Shout out Mike Squiteri, the G of the week. So, yeah, basically, we have starting next week is going to be our full gearing up towards the season. We got a bunch of off-season, preseason content coming at y'all. We'll keep an eye on the rest of the deals that, go on and everything like that. We'll keep tabs on everything of that nature. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Get us to 7,000 subscribers as soon as possible. If you're on Spotify audio platforms, give us 5 stars, answer the polls, all that good stuff. Follow our socials at Floor Spacer Pod on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Our personal ones are on the screen right now. Get Gio to 1 million Instagram followers. Join our Discord server, which is in the pinned comment below. It's also in the description as well. And Yeah, guys, I think that's pretty much all the housekeeping stuff out of the way. Do we have anything else from you guys to say before we head on out of here for the week?
Nah, we're good.
We're good?
We're
All
good.
right. Well, we hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all for watching. We love you all endlessly. We do not like Nico Harrison, although Gio does for whatever reason. And we'll see you all next week in episode 66. Peace out.